We have 2 more to go.
We do have 2 more to go, and we are live now with the Nova Open 2023. We're here back with top 4. We've got Josh Grimmer playing Blizzard Force with Commander Vader in the lead versus Nick Bodnar, who was on stream yesterday.
Can we get a zoom in on the?
Yeah, we're gonna try to get a zoom in real quick on these CCs here. See if I can get a zoom in here with a focus. See that 20x optical zoom working.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
You're
David.
all good, man. I'm joined by Joe Hicks,
Hello.
Cass from Indy Garrison, and I'm also joined today by the one and only Michael Berry.
Hey. How's everybody doing?
Michael Berry, 5th Trooper, Network, Notorious Scoundrels podcast, High Ground podcast, if you're into Shatterpoint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
So we got Michael, who unfortunately did not win his top 8 game.
Rough day.
Rough day, yeah. He went up against Kentucky Dan's really devilish Pike spam list.
Pike's still good.
Pike's still really good, and good against arcs in some capacity, even with that sharpshooter.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where when you're firing into things with 3 to 4 dodge tokens every turn, it's pretty crazy.
So
I think this is like the best flop
just to know.
Yeah, it's a decent flop. I've got some choices here.
Yeah, I'm not trapped.
Yeah.
I don't feel trapped.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're sorry about that, folks. We're back. We're just getting a good look at what the flop is. They go to Disarray. This is Blue's battle deck, so Josh is blue. So Disarray,
Battle Lions.
and looks like new KP.
And then he banned Bombing Run. Yep.
I'm gonna go get rid of Disarray. Hemden.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Hamden, yep.
My favorite.
And we got clear, so that'll make it easy.
So Hamden KP clear, it looks like.
Yeah, the first ban was Battle Lines and Bombing Run. You know, don't want to do Bombing Run.
And we already established it's that little.
And so the interesting thing about this is Nick is well-versed against Blizzard Force this weekend. So this is
That's an understatement.
This is 4 in a row. The same 2 players. He played Josh round 5 yesterday. He ended up losing that when he said it ended up kind of just being a gun battle, and he just kind of got mowed down on key positions. So now they're playing key positions again, correct?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
The key differences is hemmed in, and Nick just came off beating his 3rd Blizzard match in a row. This will be his 4th.
Yep.
And he was able to knock off Kyle's Blizzard list on hemmed in. And he said Kyle having to start everything right there in that blue zone, that's what helped him out. So I don't know if that's going to be the case again.
Yeah, I definitely. So I played Josh round 2, day 1, and it was also key positions. One of the things I think we need to watch out for here is Josh was very, very good about holding his bikes back and then displacing trooper units off the KP at the end of the game. I almost was able to navigate my way through it, but it'll be interesting to see how Nick deals with that, I think.
Line of sight wise, though, I don't know that these bikes have any terrain to actually fully line of sight block. So them having to start on the central area and Nick having those FD turrets and things, he may end up, the bikes might not be able to live till turn 6, potentially.
That's very fair. I think that's definitely, in this scenario, I think Nick is sort of the aggressor, even though he's kind of got a defensive list with the FDs and everything.
Of course, he has Ahsoka to match Josh's Vader, so there's force play on both sides. Cassian is probably the best unit in the game at picking up a wound on a distant target.
Yeah, for sure.
So if a bike does limp away, Cassian will be there. He also has 2 strike teams, so he has and 2 vet heavies, so plenty of range. Let's turn up the players. We can hear them. They're talking about terrain and such.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I got to set up.
They just stopped talking, but it's fine.
We'll just listen in for a few minutes here.
And then, okay, is this split up into corners here? So, that's one. Are we
Josh
splitting
Grimmer on
it
your
off, or are
right,
you
Nick
saying it's the
Bodnar
whole
on
thing?
your left there.
Up to you.
Okay. My default would be to leave it at half, but we can roll for it if you want to.
That's fine.
Okay. That's how I've been playing consistently today, at least.
This is why I hate playing against Blizzard Force, because they make me play hemmed in, and I hate setting it up.
Yeah, for sure.
So Nick mentioned the salt levels have been at an all-time high for him this weekend, but he said now that he's made it in the top 4, he's going to be a little more laid back. So we'll have to hold him to that.
I don't believe that for a second.
That little leg.
God, everything's in the way.
Yeah.
Also, everyone, if you're watching the stream, go ahead and share it to everyone you know. YouTube.com/@YavinBase. Nova Open Day 3, top 4, coming at you right now.
Your turn.
So did you program the list into the bot, David?
I believe I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. So you
Vader,
Barrel's gonna cover
I was just going to run through Josh's list as we haven't seen it on the stream, but Vader's running improvised orders, force push, burst of speed, and reflexes. Then he has his 2 HRUs. He has a one with the DLT-19 and one with the T-21. Excuse me, let me do it this way. The DLT-19 is paired with the RT-97, so those are the 2 range 4
Attention.
big boys. And then the T-21 is paired with a rocket. And then he has 2 medbots. The bikes do not have transponders.
They do not.
So that's a key, because that's an option you have when you build out Blizzard.
I think I'm gonna go
Got
here.
hella cankles there. We're gonna go.
What condition are
We
we playing?
will clear.
Okay.
No condition. So,
condition.
all right. We
The
are gonna
easiest
stick
of
with this
conditions.
This big old AT-AT Versailles.
It's kind of nice sometimes in a
pick this
game just
guy
to have a card that says do
Nice.
nothing.
Okay. Makes
think
sense.
easy,
I
right?
Makes sense.
4 clear condition
Okay.
games
Very good. Very good.
this weekend out of
And-
7.
Wow.
It was a lot.
Let's see. So it looks like at the tallest point, these would give my bikes cover
Yep,
with how
I
tall
think
that is.
so.
Okay.
Because you don't count the tops of
yep.
the riders. It's like
For sure.
just up to the handlebars. So yeah, you're
For
definitely good there.
sure.
So it looks like bikes will
Okay.
have
So
heavy cover in
we'll just do a
most
med
places
droid
then
first.
if that terrain is
that's
tall
enough.
enough.
Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely also notable on
Keep
this
it
board.
sort of secret,
There's a
keep it
lot
sort of safe.
difficult move terrain to cross the middle of it.
Yeah, all the
Just
pipes
all
and
the
such.
pipes and stuff. Yeah.
And on key positions, they will have to move there at some point.
Yeah. 100%.
So obviously, hemmed in on key positions, the blue players are a skip, hop, and a jump away from touching the middle right off the bat. But I suspect he'll probably try to move into line of sight blocking first and come back later.
It's interesting because it actually looks like if we're looking at the middle here,
Yeah.
the middle is actually like basically almost in the hemmed in zone
Right.
because it's off center. I don't know. I feel like I see 2 KPs. I'm not sure where the third is at the moment.
Yeah, I'll try to take a
It's right there.
I'll try to take a peek.
But yeah, that's gonna make the.
The walker leg. I see. Okay.
It's apparently not the same terrain piece. They're counting that separately.
So the left front leg of the walker is its own piece of terrain. You heard the player say that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Apparently we're gonna like plant a bomb on it or something.
That
must be
walker
the
is
narrative here.
smoking hot. I
Yeah.
love that piece of terrain. It's great.
Yeah, I think this is one of John's tables.
Yeah, this is John Brader, Imperial Terrain.
Okay. No, I got.
So visit imperialterrain.com.
And between John and then Nick on stream is the majority of the tables
Yeah.
at Nova.
I think it might be all of them.
So kudos.
Although I could be wrong about that.
That's why I went with majority.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
could be
you're
all.
good, you're good.
It could be all. I'm sure there's one.
Yeah.
Thematically, if an airspeeder were to be in play, could you tow cable the key position down to the ground
and just like lay it on its
and
side.
lay it on its side, make it just destroy it?
And that would be nice if this game got that interactive. I would be in love with
If
it.
we had destructible terrain,
Yeah, it'd
or,
be awesome.
or otherwise.
I'm always looking to be silly. So still deploying. I don't know how much. I don't know if they counted those containers. Those containers you can see through a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they considered them blocked off or considered them to shoot through.
I would be surprised if they didn't consider them to be closed.
I would also be surprised. I would imagine Vader might start behind the container.
Yeah.
Then everyone else is just kind of going to be where it makes sense. Not too much thinking on Josh's part. Maybe which way is his bikes point?
Yeah, I think the defining part of deployment here is going to be where the FD cannons go.
Yep.
Because I actually don't think that the lanes that Nick has, at least in the deployment zone that he's deploying most of his stuff in at the moment, are very good. I could see them kind of going up on the top right-hand corner of the board.
Yep. So I know last game against Blizzard that he just played, he split one on the left and one on the right on him then.
Okay.
Because he didn't want the bikes to be able to flank easily and then end up killing both.
Totally.
So he kind of gave up, conceded that one might get flanked, but at least all your guys will have to run over there to do it. Not sure if he'll do the same thing. In his favor, it's 9 activations on Blizzard. It's 10 on Nick's Rebels. So in theory, he could deploy his FDs as the last 2 acts.
Yes.
If he so chooses. His FDs can see over these walls easily.
Yeah.
Now, a trooper that nudges up against the wall on the opposite side probably will be hidden from the FDs.
Yep, recon.
But it's questionable.
It depends on the
sense.
angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally does. I think the FTs actually might be tall enough to catch it most of the time.
And for the boys and girls back home,
Yeah, maybe a single
Kyle
mini or something.
Dornbos, Orquamides lent me these Blizzard, lent me these speeder bikes. So there's a lot of lore and history into these speeder bikes right here.
Okay.
The Godfather himself.
We've been referring to Kyle as the godfather of Blizzard all weekend. So
He kind of is the Godfather, isn't he?
yeah.
He's certainly one of the most decorated players in Legion history. He has, I believe, 6 first-place finishes at least. I think that's not even counting Nova 2019, so it might be 7 first-place finishes and a second-place finish at the original Worlds.
There's one FD going down. It looks like he's just eyeballing things. So if I'm Nick, you definitely shoot Kyle's bikes first, just to kind of
just to make
just
sure.
to really mess up the. I don't know what word I'm going for.
Alpha Strike?
No, more so the angle for Josh that he lost the Godfather's bikes right off the bat. You know, that's what I'm thinking about.
We'll go like so.
Anyway, so one FD is down.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't put it a little bit farther forward.
Let me just see
because
range 5 again. Keep carry on.
I do
I'm
think
just
the
wanting to see. So
it's
pretty
on
much
Nick
if
here
I
to
move up
aggress.
at
Like
all.
two KP points are pretty much already in Josh's hands as we start this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick knows he's just going to have to kill some things.
Yeah. He's got to do more than that though. He's got to kill things and move across the board.
True.
Right.
I think the thought is that if the bikes come up to Alpha and FD, that now his vets and everything else is in range to fire back.
Yep.
So by putting the FDs further back than maybe
We'll scout
what his
this guy
vets
up
will
here.
be,
Sure.
everything's kind of on the same range reach level.
Totally. I do think
Did you
that
check
it
range
is
5 for me on the?
sort of unlikely that that's going to happen. So Josh,
You think Josh is just going to play in the back lines?
I do. Josh is one of my local guys, and we've played a few games, and specifically with him playing and practicing Blizzard.
So he'll pivot these bikes and just shoot off to the side.
I think so.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if that's not what happens.
Josh, originally from the Portland area. They both start with the letter P, Portland. And so we have Portland in the house. If you're in the house from Portland, type 1 in the chat right now. Let us know you're here.
Could you show me range
So the
5?
KP in the middle is like an odd size and shape of a single bike couldn't completely cover it. Maybe 2 could, but could they do it? And it's kind of weird as far as fully blocking it with the vehicle.
It's very weird. Yeah. But I do think just like it's going to be tough to get anything there for the bikes to displace without taking a ton of fire first.
Yep.
There's some of our Portlanders.
Cassian will be ripping into these HRUs if he so chooses.
For sure.
Yeah.
I actually think that it's probably correct to go after the bikes, though.
At least neuter them down to 1 each.
Yeah, for sure. Just so that you maybe can like pick up a whole bike model with an FD to like kill an activation at some point?
The snipers, sharpshooter 1 snipers is about the best thing you have to kill bikes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they are great at doing it. So did he just reconned Cassian forward?
That's
Yep.
what it looks like to me. Yeah.
Did not infiltrate him, just
But
recon
didn't wanna-
intel.
I think the idea here is
Does he
that
have?
he's trying.
Oh,
to,
he can't covert ops Cassian.
Yeah, he has no other commander.
Yeah.
I also think he's scouting him forward specifically so his silhouette is over the top of the
Yeah.
wall there, so he
Yeah.
can just take sniper shots from where he's standing.
Cassian by himself, if the bikes run away, it takes him 2 turns to kill a model, and it's not even guaranteed.
Yeah.
So Cassian by himself shooting into bikes isn't super effective. He needs the FD and the snipers to help him out to really remove the models off quickly.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I was saying with like my expectation here is that Josh is just gonna kind of run away. I think I would have liked the FDs a little bit farther forward just so that if he's gonna run, he's got to go farther.
Do you think? Now I guess it matters whether the FDs can see over that terrain, how easily they can do it.
They definitely can.
They can see over it, but can they see over it if you're just on the other side? That's the question. If you're just touching the wall on the other side, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it depends on. I'm not sure that that's really going to. Are you thinking?
I don't know.
Maybe,
Would he come forward with anything? Whether that be Vader, nudge him in the corner behind that cliff?
I think Vader's probably the only unit that might happen with.
Yeah.
Unless the game state becomes something that I'm like really not expecting.
So he did put 1 FD on this other side.
He did.
So that means that if the bikes run that way, that FD is going to be able to shoot something every turn.
Yeah.
Maybe because of that he looks for an alpha on that right side FD at some sort.
Totally.
Some point. All right, so we're going into turn 1.
This is almost certainly Darkness Descends versus Crackshot, I think.
I think that FD that's out there in no man's land might be able to see Vader, and he's probably in range 5 right now.
That would be big. I think that.
2 medbots though.
Yeah, I think given that Darkness Descends is almost certainly going to happen. There's definitely the option for the orbital bombardment. Is that the name of the card? Is it actually called orbital bombardment?
No.
Overwhelming barrage.
Another O and a B.
Another OB thing. Yeah.
Overwhelming barrage.
Yep.
That needs to be nerfed. Okay. So crack shot right off the bat. Now crack shot into cover, which it typically is. You have to really stack up aims, or else the second shot's kind of nothing anyway. Usually.
Yeah.
He gets 1 off the command card. He has the ability to get 1 off K2, 2 off K2.
Yeah.
My order just goes to command.
And I think that's it. I don't think he has any other aim factories. No, technically he can emergency transponder. So he can actually feed Cassian 4 aims if he goes with K2 first.
That's probably
Or
worth
get him
it
to
here.
4 total.
Yeah, that's probably worth it here, I think. Yeah, Overwhelming Barrage is a pretty strong card. I think they just need to take Suppressive off it, to be honest.
It just needs a slight tweak.
Yeah. I don't think it needs a ton, but just big it. The 2 suppression just makes it almost like 100% positive that whatever you hit with it just is only getting 1 action.
Right.
He's actually just going to take a shot.
Okay, just a shot.
Huh.
Is this Cassian?
It is.
It is.
Can't see them.
I think he's concerned with Cassian taking the Overwhelming Barrage.
I'll aim shoot. Be aggressive.
Okay, he's going to aim, shoot, and be aggressive. Yeah.
B. Aggressive.
Yeah, all right. So we rolled.
Oh, it's a sniper.
Spend a 1 crit. Block.
Okay, so that was a sniper shooting.
Into Vader.
Not crackshot Cassian, but yeah, into Vader. Trying to get as many shots into Vader as he can.
This is not live.
Clear white dice, the scourge of my stream.
And yeah, we were cursing Nick yesterday for this.
Can't read anything.
You might have been cursing, but in the background, he was deviously laughing, I promise.
Yes. I can only imagine.
So this is not exactly what I thought the bikes were going to do. This is a little bit more aggressive.
I think he's going to start shooting this FD.
That's
what looks like the
setting
plan.
up for it next turn for sure.
So it looks like both FDs will be able to fire into that bike if they want to this turn.
How many activations is the Rebel list?
10.
It's
10. It's
so
one more than the Empire.
Yeah, 10 for Rebel and 9 activation Blizzard for Empire, yes.
You can update the turn
Oh, yeah,
counter.
it is turn 0, or it is turn 1, yeah.
I know we're not on that camera right now, but
Yeah. Thank you for the reminder.
Yes, I agree with that.
okay, so they triple moved.
Yes, they triple move.
So they do want to kill that FD, but not at the cost of dying.
Right, yeah.
Right.
And I definitely was expecting them to be kind of like back in the legs of that walker, basically.
And that might be what the other ones do,
I think that's very possible.
because he could probably only hide one unit there
Yep.
successfully. Richard O'Brien wants Nick to win.
I'm going to go with this one.
Yep.
He's going to take a shot at Vader.
Or maybe he just wants Rebels to win. Maybe he wants Blizzard to lose. There's many Blizzard haters out there. Although, not as many these days after the nerfs.
Yeah, I think we've been talking a lot about it this weekend, and I think it's possible like Blizzard is kind of better than it used to be. I know that's kind
Really?
of crazy. Yeah. I think just like given how the meta's shaken out.
Okay, with the meta? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's not actually stronger than it used to be.
Oh,
that's a lot of
that's-
crits.
that's
Yeah.
some crits.
This is an FD cannon.
Shooting at Vader.
I'll re-roll these two.
All right, so after heavy cover, it'll be 3 saves.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 3 saves.
He
Vader
is
doesn't
reliable
have-
too. No, he doesn't.
Not. Yeah.
It takes 2.
Okay.
Okay.
He has 2 medbots.
He does.
Not that you, but still, that's 2 medbots he has to use now.
Yep.
Hey there, Jesse. Welcome in, and
go
happy
ahead
to
and go
do
with
it.
him.
So was that
Can you
the
show
F?
me range 5 on him again?
Oh, that was the.
That was the far FD, the one that's way away from the rest of the army, I think.
Well, he just turned a token face down next to the other one.
I know
Oh,
he
okay,
can,
never mind then.
Like shoot him, but I'm just like.
But
trying
I
to figure out how to
don't
get
see how
out.
that one would see him.
Well,
So-
I think that it's possible, given that shot happened. I'm not sure that thing is.
So the crates can be seen through.
I think so. Yeah.
This is the difficulty when going up against FDs, is that if the enemy has late deployment with the FD, those things are going to be on you from turn 1,
Yep.
and they'll just continue throwing dice at you all game if
All right,
you
my
can't get
intent
to them.
is to, I'm probably gonna have to double move. Could you keep holding it? For
New
me?
Legion player,
My
you
intent is to
play
get out of range
droids,
5.
rebels, and clones. Well, if
Probably
you're
gonna need
new
to be
and
a
you've
double
bought all
move.
those models, then you're in it deep already.
so.
Yeah.
In it to
Yeah.
win it.
Go to the very board edge.
what don't you have
Yep.
at that point, right?
Right.
Right past the bikes, basically.
Yep.
Welcome,
so
Jesse. I'm glad we can stream it.
Move there. That'll be my first.
So this is gonna end in an overwhelming barrage here.
And that's why we try to give a mix of like basic analysis too, because for you new guys that may not understand, because not everyone has 200 games of Legion under their belt.
Oh, really?
A lot of us do maybe, but not everyone.
Sometimes I can definitely forget that
Roll,
fact for
hit.
sure.
No aims, so
The FD would have to spend an action to pivot, yes,
for 2.
and it can pivot 90 degrees.
Okay.
Duck and cover on Cassian. 2 go into Cassian. He'll roll 3.
So 1 and 2 suppression. Yep.
Prudent
So
duck
there's
and
a
cover.
barrage into Cassian for 1 wound and 2 suppression.
For 2.
Cassian's
Yep.
up to 3 suppression with the duck and cover,
Yeah.
and he hasn't activated yet.
And then
That could
Vader,
be a
if I ever
problem.
don't say it, my intention is that he always taps.
Reflexes?
Yeah.
Of course.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You can't just claim I'm tapping reflexes every turn.
Yeah,
No.
you can.
Core.
You,
Whoa,
you
whoa,
can
whoa, whoa.
you can say that.
Anyway, So Cassian is Courage 2. He's at 3 suppression. I don't think the Rebels have any Inspire. So
they shouldn't. No.
He'll have to roll that off or only get 1 action. FDs have full pivot. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
100%.
Thanks, Nick.
1 bike at range, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you check for me real quick?
Yep. You might have that one too.
I think, are you holding it perfectly?
Let me see. Oh, let's. All right. Put it back where you think it was.
I love the colors on those Range Rulers.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Is it like super stable?
I've never
Having trouble with the Range
All right, let's just have a
Yeah,
test.
I have such a backlog.
Yeah.
I figure if I painted my Range Rollers, they wouldn't get lost as easily.
Looks like they're gonna check this
Can we
range.
get some help with a
from
range
just
check?
Does
FD to the
FD have
bikes.
range on this bike?
If they do, that would be huge.
I was here when you measured to the reds.
They do on that one, I know for
Yes,
sure. So that the question is this one.
All right, you hold it right there, Nick.
It would be pretty crazy here if like Nick was able to like put 3 or 4 wounds into this bike unit and then
Range?
Cassian
Okay.
just like crack shocks.
All right. Yep, fair enough.
Crack shots.
And just clears it
So I will
immediately.
tap,
That would be huge.
improvised.
Any underrated units or factions in
Gonna be
this
a bike?
tournament? Well,
There was definitely some played.
CIS.
So Evan was 1 tiebreaker spot away from advancing to top 8 with Grievous.
That's
Yep.
right. Losing out to Nick in the 4 and 2
You could
category.
say Kentucky Dan is playing something underrated because no one else brought Shadow Collective
There was
Pikes,
like
man.
Shadow what?
Shadowcraft. Shadowcraft.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
You're good. You're good.
Anyway, Shadow Collective Pike spam. So I don't know. Maybe that's a little underrated right now.
I think it's definitely underrated right now. I think it's still very strong.
Pulse.
So here's another bike squad going.
I'm gonna move. And my intent is to stay out of sight of Cassian, at least where he stands.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Moving,
Mike
I
Cirillo was
understand,
also
but,
playing CIS. He was playing CAD Magnus.
Yeah, I think Separatists are have a little bit of a hard time this weekend. For
Not sure you're going to.
Okay.
But they've also had lower representation.
Yeah,
than
I
the other
might not
factions.
be.
I don't
Right.
think you'll be able to hide from Cassian.
Okay. Eat what it eat.
Put it down. Let's see. Yeah, I can definitely.
But definitely can't be seen by the other.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, if I'm eating a Cassian shot, it is what it is.
So 3 moves.
Yep. All right, so improvise is tapped.
Pull support.
Okay.
Vader's out of range, but I do have the other bike
Yep,
in the
you have
front.
the other
so
bike.
we will we'll use our emergency transponder on this one.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
And you only tap the generator on the other
yeah,
one.
only the
Okay.
generator on that one.
Yep, yep.
Well, emergency transponder for an aim.
Uh-huh.
We'll aim,
Yep.
and then we will
And you're
tap.
going to tap the, yeah. So 2 aims.
It's not going to be long for this world, I think.
Yeah.
They never
Hopefully,
are.
If I have my way.
They usually aren't. So 5 black, 2 white coming in.
Full
on the
send
bikes.
into a bike.
Well, that's
That's pretty good.
Pretty good
pretty good.
from what we can see.
Spend 1 aim.
It's possible it also only has like cover here from
so-
speed.
That one was a hit.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
So
all right.
after heavy cover,
5.
5? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big shot from that FD cannon. That's a full boat.
All
Bigger
right,
roll.
not
Nice
a
one.
bad roll.
Nice.
Did he just take 2 or did he take
So that'll be 2 wounds.
Yeah, only 2 wounds.
blocks 3 out of 5?
Wow. Solid defense from that bike.
Cover here.
Blizzard Force is pretty good when your bike
Solid
saves
attack.
like clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mike Cirillo, we thought he was going to make it in CIS, and then the very last match of the round of the day yesterday shifted the tiebreakers where Nick beat him by kill points. So it changed his strength of schedule. Bosk is out there. I don't know that Bosk is underrated. I think most people think Bosk is a pretty dang strong unit,
Yeah.
but Bosk is in the top 4 with that Shadow Collective list.
I like Bosk so much, but he needs some additional support. He's
Like,
a
in
little
the way of
like
other units?
in aims, yeah.
In
'cause,
the, in the way you build your list.
Yeah.
Easing would be enough for the med.
I was gonna say I think Boss is fine. He doesn't need no buffs.
Yeah, he doesn't need a buff. Yeah, he certainly doesn't need a buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grizz, that's a good point with the force reflex. Josh said, "Hey, I'm going to tap force reflex every turn." Nick said, "I'm good with that."
Yeah.
Rob actually came over as the head judge in TO. He said, "Hey, Nick said he's good with it, so he doesn't have to declare it." But to me, and it's less about my opponent getting over on me, but just so neither of us mess up, let's just declare it every time.
I agree, specifically because I think that's the one that's the least likely to be refreshed. That's the least good force power he's got equipped to refresh.
If you're Dooku or somebody that has Master of the Force 2, fine.
Yes.
Because it comes back every time no matter what.
100%.
I have a story from X-Wing about Dashz Rendar and his card text, because Dashz Rendar had this ability to avoid obstacles. And basically people were like, well, you didn't declare Dashz Rendar's ability, so you can't avoid an obstacle. So someone made a shirt that says, unless otherwise stated, I'm always declaring this ability.
That's good. That's good.
So it kind of harkens back. Your story kind of harkens back to that moment. So I feel like if the players agree, just let the players agree.
No, we're not getting in the way of it. Nick's good with it.
Yeah.
K2 just went, took aim, did calculated odds on himself, and took an aim. So Cassian's up to 3 aims.
Yeah, winding up for that crack shot turn.
So both Night Droids have.
What's that?
I was just going to say, I actually think the person that it might come back to bite is Josh, because
Nick could hold him to it.
exactly.
It's possible.
Yes, 100%. And like when you need force push, if you need one of those cards, force push is the more important one most of the time.
Yeah, Tauntauns, Jesse, there's a reason there's not a lot of Tauntauns out. I think most people would say they're just not good enough right now with the heavy cover meta or rules. I mean,
I think so. Yes.
when they can catch someone out in light cover, they're really strong.
Yeah.
This is Cassian's crack shot going into the bike into Vader now.
Creature troopers are kind of down right now
They are.
in general.
We'll spend
Let's listen in on Cassian.
one more aim to put one wound on it, take them out.
To pierce it? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so one.
Kills a
pierce
bike
one.
model.
Okay.
We have 2 aims left.
So that's that bike that lived
Vader.
on 1.
Yep. So 2?
Darn. Yeah. Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
2 into Vader.
Okay, takes
All
1.
right, takes 1.
All right, Vader on 5 wounds remaining.
That means one of those
And that is
wounds
Cassian.
is semi-permanent.
Right, because of the medic.
Yeah. They're not all coming off this turn.
He's at 3 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep drawing my core.
But to your point, Jesse, I want to see more Tauntaun riders too because they're cool.
I think the place for them is an echo-based list with Leia for sure.
And for whatever that's worth, I think the Ford Cohesion takes
no time
them
for
out of the
sorrows.
running
You
on
got
both.
4
I think it does,
Tauntauns.
yeah.
Well, I mean, he's not
And
going
you're
to
trying to get them into melee.
Yeah.
More so than using them for their ranged attacks.
Yeah, I definitely think if Tauntauns are going to be good in the list, they want to be in melee for sure.
Ram 1 with 2 creatures is really strong.
It's super strong.
It's so strong. It's a unique ability that only the Taunts have, and it's a really cool keyword.
Man, I remember the days of Tauntauns and Operative Luke with served Tauns, and there were all kinds of fun lists with Tauntauns, and my opponents never really liked them. Joseph asking, how do I see the list? Well, you can type ! red list or ! blue list in the chat, and the bot will spit the list out
I
for
already
you.
messed up.
You can also visit GameUplink.com, where you can find the Nova Open Grand Championship on GameUplink.
So move dodge out of them.
Yeah, I know.
Back over to you.
Give me the signal from the judge. We got 2 hours left in the round.
Special forces.
So one thing that I think is super notable about this matchup is that the
See if I can pop a shot
FDs
out
are
here
kind of
and see
boxing the
something.
HRUs out from doing anything. Like if the
Vader will be
HRUs
out,
want to
but
interact with anything at the
I
table,
think
they
if I go
have
to
to step
here,
in
I
FD.
should have enough to.
Yep. Probably.
And this is where I said, not to suggest Nick's like doing amazing things yet, but him then does put everything right there in the middle to shoot at.
It totally does.
So it worked out for him last round against Blizzard. So far not bad.
Yeah, no, I think Nick is in a very playable position.
And you expect that FD in no man's land. It's probably going to die next turn, but if it gets one more shot off,
I think if he
It's-
trades it out for a
might
bike,
get value there.
yeah, if he can trade a bike
blue
unit for
shoot.
it, I think he's in a good
Well,
spot.
light cover down to none.
Yep.
2.
Okay. 2 pierce 1.
Yep.
Takes 2.
Yeah, if you want
Wishing
to.
I spent that extra aim from Cassian.
Draw. There
So
you are.
Josh got the bid. He's blue.
All right, so nobody else is going to shoot me.
No.
Hey there, Jay. Thanks for coming in and saying thanks for the stream. Appreciate it. And now we're going to welcome to the stream Robert Brumbaugh, also known as Hob Brambjerke. Welcome in.
Hey,
Pulse?
thanks.
How's the tournament been?
Man, it's been such a joy to
He
have
probably is not gonna
9
make
games
it
for people.
to
It's pretty fun. It's pretty
there.
fun.
So he's going to move.
Any strange judge calls you've had to
Can you
make,
show
or
me
any
range 5?
contentious things that have been settled?
You know, not really. Not really. Not a very contentious tournament.
Okay.
There were a few calls where the cohesion had to have some people down on a different level, and so we got to use those relatively new rules where if you're out of cohesion, your next move must be a move action. Your next action you take must be a move action.
Yeah, that's kind of a rare edge case rule that most people don't know about. That you have to move to cohere if you're ever out of cohesion like that.
I think just generally, I would encourage people to relook at the cohesion and engagement rules for cohesion and stuff as of late, just to make sure that people understand it.
Maybe, yeah, we'll have to check.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets
See you
there.
next round.
Yeah.
Operative, and that would be Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can find Ahsoka
I'm really
here.
excited about these 2 games specifically. I think both of these matchups are super interesting.
Moving here.
Okay.
Both of these matches have been played before earlier in the tournament. And it's always interesting to see the rematchup to see if it goes the same way.
Mistake. Impulse.
Yeah, because Nick and Josh have played already. Was it yesterday or the first day?
I believe that was yesterday.
Range
Yeah,
5 again.
either yesterday or round 3.
Sure.
That should be out.
So Jesse, there was one Ewok list, and it did not do well. The player playing it was a little bit new to the game, but so that doesn't really indicate Bright Tree's overall power level. But I mean, you're going to run into those folks that are playing Ewoks just to play Ewoks.
Totally.
Pretty confident I can
That's
Yeah, I think so. Okay. What do you have left? An HRU?
correct.
so Ewoks not making a mark this weekend.
These vets are going to double move over to here.
Yep. Then I got a crew.
All right.
All right.
So we're seeing those bikes get out of dodge here.
Yeah, they've basically been running, trying not to get shot down by FD turrets
Can you show me range 5
and
again?
snipers and Cassian.
I actually think that it's totally in the cards that FD turret lives since one of
As
those.
they were, I think they were out
Did
of
he
range. So
did he
basically
get a
they
bike
got
model?
here.
I guess it's only going to be 2 squads that can probably shoot it next turn.
Yep. So thank you.
Go that way.
Yeah, and then my intent here is that I'm out of range 5. So if you want to hold it up again, or if you want to eyeball it, that's okay
I think
too.
you're good.
Yeah.
Looks like you're good there. Yep.
Yeah, Grizz, we did have one triple ATST Tempest Force.
I'm going to finish
Nick Coleman was playing that. He went 2 and 4, I believe.
Here to here.
Or maybe he went 3 and 3.
One of the 2, yeah.
I can't remember if he won or lost his last match.
I think a lot of people still packed a lot of impact this weekend. Even if armor didn't exactly show up in the way that we've been expecting it to lately.
Did you rally those
Oh, that's so cool.
placements when they went?
Hi, Matt Bridges. Hi, I'm Oliver B., and I just left the convention with my dad. We saw the stream and the game, and Dad ordered the core set with Vader and Luke, and also got an ATST.
It's
awesome.
Watching the stream on the drive home.
Let's just leave the suppression where they are.
Let's
Okay.
listen to the players real
That's a
quick.
good- that's
I
a
think he rolled 2 hits and 3 crits.
Yeah, and he
Before
didn't
the
aim
aim.
or anything. He would have aimed.
He aimed, but the
So maybe let's just leave the suppression on there. That's a
Fine.
middle ground. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I apologize
All right.
for that.
No, it's all good, man. I know you didn't do it on
He's a big
purpose.
goof.
That's okay. It's also my fault for not noticing too. So I was like, man, that's why I did it. I forgot. All right, it's all good.
Little game state error on the part of the players. They've resolved it
I
now.
played that.
Sometimes-
Blizzard's,
Cassian will remove
Blizzard's,
a suppression,
key
so he still has
position,
1.
Rich,
Yep.
is the foot of the walker crane thing.
So this is going to be what? Darkness Descends versus... I'm not really sure what's coming out of the Rebel hand.
This is not Darkness Descent.
Looks like Last Stand.
That is.
Last stand.
That is an interesting card.
Oh wait, no, that is Darkness Descent.
Yeah, it's Darkness Descends. The chroma key is a little wild today.
Last Stand makes sense. Cassian's taking a wound or 2, I guess.
That's true. You can generate free aims off that
Yeah.
to make your sniper shot that good old double crit.
And what else took wounds?
He'll take an
Whatever
aim
that
with
is.
last stand.
Okay.
I'll order Ahsoka. She won't get any extra tokens because she doesn't have any wounds.
So ordering Ahsoka, just to have order control on Ahsoka. Very
I
crucial.
keep putting an
Should
operative
defend.
token on Cassian because I'm dumb.
Yep.
It's fine. And then dodge on Ahsoka because she'll defend 1.
And your initiative.
Yeah. Well,
What's my favorite sculpt for the game? Honestly, I like Rebel Boba.
Bike has 1 wound.
Rebel
Correct.
Boba is
Yeah,
a
I'm
chunky
sure
miniature,
Cassian
and
can
he's got
see
a
it
great
from there.
pose.
Yeah, 100%.
I think my favorite personally is.
We'll aim again just to be safe.
Yoda
Okay, and
jumping
then rally
off
him
the
real
rock.
quick just to
Of
make
course,
sure.
yep.
Yeah, he's cursed too, so it's all good.
I think both of those are really good. I think
Nope,
It-
but he's
whatever it's
cursed.
worth.
my
Yep.
favorite is actually...
So aim, shoot into the bikes.
It's not a
Ben,
character
one
per
aim
se,
for crit.
I guess.
Okay, yeah, and
It's,
Pierce.
Pierce
I
one,
actually
okay.
like Boyle. I think Boyle's my favorite miniature that I've painted and like messed with.
Actually, K2 has 2 aims now, but
So it looks like Cassian
Vader
took a
doesn't
shot
have
there
whole lot
and
to
pierced a
do
bike.
right now. That was the big bad. So
Did they
All right,
remake Darkness
can you show me
Descends?
range
I
5
don't.
again, please?
I don't think they ever did.
It's important.
no, you're good.
Yeah.
No official re-release with errata.
Right, because it's also not in the Strike Me Down pack. I don't think.
Sometimes I have a hard time
What are we
remembering.
looking for?
Okay, that's good.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Nudging this
Yeah.
out of the back.
No worries. So out of range there.
I think
so
you basically have like 2 base lengths
Yeah.
from your edge at this point.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Josh doing all he
So
can
he
to
will
avoid that
move
FD cannon and do wounds back to it.
I put that one back where I think it was.
Yeah. And then he'll move.
I think the awkward thing is the only thing he's going to be able to shoot it with are bikes,
and
which are
then
range
he
3,
will
which
master
means
force
that
reflexes back.
it out.
a standby on it from Sentinel is going to be good enough to hit the bikes before they hit him. You
We
know?
got a core. Reposition.
All right. Thank you, Hob, for coming on. He's going to go back to being the judge.
A little bit over so that he doesn't.
Sure.
Oh, man. This is such a tough matchup for the Rebels, I think, just because the bikes can be so crushing.
They can be. I do think that if he's able to kind of turn and burn them
2 moves.
Yeah, I pass.
as they come
pass
in, he might be okay. I think that the second FD can probably cover the FD
Another
that's
core.
gonna take a hit.
Dodge standby on
Potentially.
these vets.
So I don't know.
Blue vets, to be clear.
I definitely
Sure.
think if you're trading FDs for bikes, I think you're feeling pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The blue vets. Okay.
Yep.
And the other
Yep.
thing is that the bikes have been split up to the point where they're not all coming in at once.
That is important. bikes, if they're able to mass their fire on one target, can just easily blow it up before it has a
Okay.
chance to respond.
We're just gonna plink there. They'll spend their last heal to bring one back on Papa Vader.
You got it.
Okay, so the FX medic droid is exhausted fully now.
I'm gonna mess with my cohesion while you go ahead.
Do your thing, man.
Yeah, I think he's only got one medic charge left total. I think Vader's back at full health.
Yeah.
Swap here, actually.
Maybe.
Let me see if I can
Just a little
find
more
Vader here.
intelligently.
It actually looks like there's a wound still down on the table, so I might be
A lot more
lying there.
intelligently. Okay. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one.
So Mike, Kentucky Dan pulled intercept
Oh no.
against
Oh,
the
no.
clones.
Yep.
That's really good.
He has huddled up near the center objective, turn 1.
Yep.
Turn 2 started. Bosk put 2 wounds into a capo with Reptilian Rampage to start it. No models down on either side yet,
Okay.
but Dan is in position for the center. It's similar to how he set up against you. He just moved in and started shooting.
Yep.
One thing of note is Echo did his 4 aim attack into a Pike squad with 1 dodge. They were able to, he did 2 crits, he dodged 1, and then he danger sense double blocked, so no wounds.
Yep.
Even with the
Wow.
Pierce.
Basically impervious. Yeah.
Even with the
Yeah,
Pierce. So,
it's effectively impervious.
so
yeah.
Dan was able to avoid losing a model.
Wow. Very
But,
nice for him.
Yeah, no, I mean, no telling where that one's going to go, but Dan's in the position he wants to be in, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
Just short, unfortunately.
Pikes are really good at
you tell me.
intercept. they just are.
I didn't see, so I was only asking, not telling.
I'm not sure if I moved the tool or if I moved him further out. So we'll play it as if I moved it further out.
Okay, yeah, I don't know for sure, so again, it's totally whatever you think.
So you know what? We'll just move him again over to here.
Okay.
So 2 moves to this way, I guess.
That's the worst when you think
Okay.
you're not, like, maybe you accidentally nudge something and you're like, I swear he was in range, whatever, but like you also don't want to be that guy that
Yeah.
like insists to nudge your guy forward because that's not cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just got to live with it.
Tables get bumped all the time. It's generally nobody's fault, you know.
Yeah, unless you verbally announce to your opponent, like, hey, just so you know, I'm exactly whatever, you kind of just got to live with it.
Totally.
Move A.
So I think Nick had bumped one of those guys, and
Cool.
he thinks it might have cost him a little bit, but small details.
Yeah, the likelihood that shot would have done much, I think, is pretty low.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
I do think the fact that he
So
forward
that's 3
cohered
actions.
that spot, though, could end up being an issue.
Did the FD at No Man's Land do anything yet?
No.
I was thinking like pivot standby
I think so, too.
is probably the play.
Because I don't think range, nothing can hit it that shoots
And-
farther than 3.
Yeah, those bikes are more than likely going to trigger the standby. They'd almost have to.
Yep. And it's not unreasonable to potentially take a bike model out of a unit before
Before it gets to shoot, and then you live.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so the pivot standby could be the move. But as with most Rebel lists, order control's not usually a thing, so you're hoping to draw them.
Yep.
He's going to reposition.
Uh-huh.
I think we're about to see it happen right now.
Yeah, I think the prediction is coming true.
Technically, it's not repositioned because he's not moving.
Yes, well,
But he did pivot standby.
Yes.
yeah.
Same, but different.
Swinging around to the angle those bikes are going to come in at potentially. We also had a great example of playing by intent there where
Core.
Josh said, well, my intent is X. And then Nick said, well, I can actually see you. And then Josh bumped his bikes backward along the movement template without putting the movement template down.
Yeah, that's the etiquette.
That's
yeah.
one of those. That's one of those kind of manners things, table manners kind of things that you're expected to do.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that's like, I'm going to move here so your FD can't see me. You're like, oh, okay.
Right.
Next turn, I'm
And
going
then
to
next
shoot your
turn, I'm gonna
bikes
shoot
that
your
you
bikes.
didn't think I could see you, but I actually can.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's not cool at all.
But technically legal,
Definitely
which is the best
technically
kind
legal.
of
Definitely legal.
correct.
According to some, yes.
I mean, yeah,
A judge would not come over there and side on your favor.
correct.
That's
absolutely not.
the bottom
Yep.
line.
Looks like that would probably be
So you don't have to do that.
It's all right.
So they just checked if the HRUs could pop the standby off, and they established that they cannot. Seems like we've had a little bit of an intervening terrain piece
And
there.
Can you show me range 5?
Placed on the battlefield. Nice little water bottle in the FD's line of sight.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I'm going to get heavy cover from the water bottle.
Yeah. How many times do you have to shoot it until it no longer counts as cover and the water all leaks out?
I'm going to displace your water bottle. It now spills on your FD.
Yeah.
That's definitely. I think that's going to be range 5.
The real question is,
I know I'll be in range.
is the water bottle over height 1? That's what it really
I
matters.
think it definitely would be. Yeah. Yeah, height
for
1.
Sure,
yeah.
for sure. We've got a few water bottles over here in front of us.
Yeah, we do. I'm actually going to open one right now. Water down the energy drink that I had earlier.
I can't do that anymore.
I just don't drink water. That's what.
All my
I
shots.
generally don't either.
That's a good
But
idea.
I also can't drink things with caffeine in them. Otherwise, I just...
I'm like terminally sleepy, so I need caffeine.
That's fair. I definitely... I'm like the opposite. I'm like always awake.
I'm sure you answered this. I've been gone for a while. Cassian is the commander for the Rebel list.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So he wasn't you. Cassian loves the covert ops and sync his token with K2's token.
Yep.
But in this build, Nick cannot do that.
Used to be able to do that.
Man, and it was so good.
I'm not salty or anything.
As a big Rebel player, I hate that you can't do that.
Yeah.
I want a quad operative list.
Totally. Yeah.
Draw. That'll be a bike.
No, water bottle definitely gives heavy cover. Have you ever seen bullets go through water? Doesn't work very well.
Well, these are lasers, man.
They're lasers.
It just refracts, right?
I don't know.
Or if it's plasma, wouldn't it like boil the water? I don't know science.
Is it time?
Actually, Mike, that's diffraction, not refraction.
Diffraction.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so, maybe.
All right.
I saw it on a trivia. I was at a restaurant last night. They had trivia on the TV.
Okay.
And I guessed refraction. It was not.
It was diffraction.
It was diffraction, yeah.
Okay.
So-
Our Legion caster's smarter than a 5th grader.
There we go. There we go.
It's
Depends
no,
on the
I got
day.
it wrong, and it's that was the trend of the trivia. I got them mostly all wrong.
All right.
That FD hasn't gone yet.
Josh measuring for his bikes.
Yeah, it looks
Just
like
one
they're
touch.
turning around.
So that FD only has, I say only, it has 5 blacks. The barrage generator is down,
Yep.
so it's not a 7 dice attack at least.
Yeah, you got it, man.
So it looks like he's scared him off with his standby.
Honestly, heavy. If the bike has heavy cover against that FD and it has no aims, it's not the scariest thing in the world.
No, but I do think
Pivot again.
But
I think that there's still vets and stuff that could follow it up, and potentially.
Oops. Okay. I knocked. Feel free to put it back wherever you think it was. Okay.
As long as you're in 10 before we just hit my
Best magnets for Legion bases. Do you guys have the answer to that one?
I mean, I don't have a. I know that Nova, one of Nova's sponsors is Magnet Baron, so I think those
the best.
those could be the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Magnet Baron, I have some direct experience with Magnet Baron because I play another faction in a game that requires the magnetic stands for their ships. So I have some experience with Magnet Baron.
What would make Jen playable?
Jen
Well,
is,
if you put her in your list, she's playable.
Jen is very playable.
Jen is good. I think what's killed Jen is what Mike just spoke on is some of the rule changes with you can't deploy onto objectives. You can't make, she can't go operative if she's the only commander. It's some of those little things where the Rebel guerrilla warfare tactic style army kind of got nerfed by the rules a little bit.
I think that's a big piece of it. I think you could also take another 20 points off her unit card and it'd be fine. But I also feel that way generally about a lot of Rebel heroes. So
He's taking a lot of trouble.
I love Jen. I wish Jen was. Jen's blaster is the logo on the back of my shirt for a reason. I came into Legion playing Jen, spamming Jen. She's my favorite, but she's just not good enough right now.
No,
unfortunately.
Definitely needs a little something extra. I will say she does bring Courage 3, which is a big deal.
She is playable. She is not like you can't play her. She does good things. Her command cards can be very powerful, especially her 3-pip has an amazing effect. But Rebels aren't great at that play style right now, like they might have been.
Well, like Nimble, I'll be honest. Nimble has been severely devalued because of the size of dice pools lately.
Yes.
Like canceling one hit repeatedly is not as potent as having a stack of dodges.
Although I tell you what, Jen with 3 or 4 suppression and a dodge is one of the tankiest units in the game.
It is.
She is very tanky. Yes.
She's very tanky. Kind of like a Cad Bane. Like you think you're going to be able to kill him, but you can't.
Yep.
Right. But
Yeah.
she doesn't have the cool things that Cad does, like the double attack or the suppression transfer.
The suppression transfer is so good.
Yeah. She does have that really cool 3-pip that says these units with face-ups ignore panic.
That 3-pip is very strong.
That's very huge.
So
Sure. Core. That's going to be this.
the new
HRU.
rules have made it a lot worse than it used to be.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it only counts during the unit's activation,
Oh yeah, true.
if I recall correctly.
Right.
Maybe.
So once it turns off, it's off.
So it's just all these little rule changes that have kind of.
Yeah, like before, like the intent of that card was you can just do objectives and you always count no matter what because you were not in a panic state outside your activation, right? But now, like after you go with complete the mission, if you get a bunch of suppression tokens, like all of a sudden you don't count for breakthrough, right? Like,
Did he lose a full bike? Yes. He just lost a model. Was there 2 models?
They're going to go there. That was a double move.
The guy that's pointing backwards with his pistol.
Last thing in my bag.
I think you're right. I missed that.
Yeah, Nate Mockler makes a great point. It's tough because those 100-point support commanders like Han or Lando or Jin don't quite output enough anymore to do damage, and they're not pure support pieces.
yeah,
So-
we actually talked a bit about this lately. As like I've been thinking about the game and there are primary characters and there are secondary characters, and I
Right.
feel like
It's because that comes from Shatterpoint, right?
it does come from
Yeah.
Shatterpoint, and I think like a lot of these like Jin, Cody, Rex, Veers, like they're all characters that they can be good, but they're only good when you take them as your second hero. They can't really be like
They can't be the carry.
They can't be the carry, exactly.
Yeah.
So just a quick update because we might have missed echoing this, but Cassian playing Last Stand and getting those aims off that, he was able to pick off the second model in that bike squad. So there is an activation down. One of the bike squads completely down.
Oh, the bike squad is completely gone.
Completely gone on Josh's side.
Okay, so that's actually kind of an important update. So Blizzard Force down to 8 activations to 10.
Well, that's a really big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Down to 8?
Down
What
to
else
8,
have they
yeah.
lost?
He started at 9.
Yeah, he started at
Oh, I thought you said down to 8 from 10. So down to 8 from 9.
down to 8
Yeah.
to the 10 of the Rebels.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
8 to 10. Okay,
Yeah,
misheard.
yeah.
misheard.
Let me be clear.
Yeah.
No, you were perfectly clear. My interpretation failed.
And I honestly think the fact that he's scaring these bikes off with a standby,
He's really good.
it's really good because eventually Josh is going to have to come back around for another. He's going to have to deal with the FT.
He can take a standby next turn. It's all the same.
Exactly.
So what you saw at the beginning, you commented on, Mike, is how close he is to that objective, and that's being an advantage.
Yep.
Pivot move.
It's the Rebels are a little closer now, almost, or if not, it's a 50. It's even on both sides.
It's definitely closer to even, and I think this is kind of. I think Josh would have been much better off just taking all the bikes and shoving them in the corner than trying to do this like semi-aggressive move that he's bailing out of.
Yeah, absolutely. And since the Empire have started to slide off to the right, now those ruins, the circular ruins, the rebels have full play, full line of sight block to utilize them as they see fit.
Yep, and Ahsoka is just gonna right now. She's just gonna go up and she's gonna hide behind that one of those walls.
Yep, there she goes.
Yep.
She's gonna move twice.
Yep. And now she's within move, force push range of the center objective.
That could be her spot for the rest of the game.
100%.
Yeah.
And because he's up on activations, he's gonna have.
He gets to go last.
He gets to go last.
Yeah.
And force push in that situation is just so good.
Can't force push a bike though.
You cannot force push a bike, but the FDs and everything should be able to probably handle that situation. I would think.
Especially the standbys reach the center objective, at least on the one in no man's land there.
Yeah,
he's definitely within range 3 of the center.
Yeah, I don't.
The
know
one on the
about
other side
one.
probably not.
Yeah, and that's I wish it was just like a little bit farther up so that would be able to cover it. Because I do think the game is going to start taking place like outside the range of the second FDs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cannonades.
All right, I'm going to turn the players back up here.
Entering into turn 3 now. Double standing orders.
I'll just roll here real quick.
Yeah, you got it,
Shields
man.
me.
Actually, Steve, with Allies of Convenience being a newer keyword in the grand scheme of Legion,
Ahsoka will get the order.
and errata where a couple of the old commanders get that could make sense for especially for the rebels.
Yeah,
could make sense thematically. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think specifically as we continue to get like new battle forces and stuff, like I would be very surprised if we didn't get like a new version of Lando and Han in like the next 3 years.
Oh, just another version.
Just like in the same way that we got like a second Luke and a second
Yeah,
Vader.
maybe.
Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of room for that.
Did the sabers break on Josh Ahsoka? Oh, on the actual model? Very possible. They are very thin sabers. I've known a lot of them to break.
I
so.
think it's just the camera angle.
Yeah.
And it's actually Nick's Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, Nick's Ahsoka. David would have to zoom in for us to be sure.
I can zoom in and look, but I think the camera angle is just hiding her saber. It's the foreshortening problem. See that? They're just being
Out
foreshortened there by the perspective.
Standby.
Okay.
They're daggers.
They do look a little stubby.
I'm gonna go
it's
with
that
Vader.
reverse grip, man.
Yeah.
We're in round.
That's the best way
3?
to hold a lightsaber,
Round 3.
obviously.
Uh-huh. I've heard some memes about reverse grip lately.
Yeah.
Bumping things. That's a pretty decent.
I think Din definitely needs a little bit of points adjustments. I don't, in my opinion. I think his jetpacks are just too
His
expensive.
jetpack is too expensive, yeah.
It's way too expensive.
Here's what I think. I think nothing could change about Din. He just needs disengage. Give him disengage, problem solved.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
The second unit of Legion to get disengaged. Give them both to the rebels.
I could see it, though.
I think like there's a lot of heroes. Like I think Grievous too. Give him disengage.
I think disengage is maybe the most powerful keyword in the game for a melee threat.
Yes, definitely.
For a melee threat.
For sure.
I mean, obviously Pierce is like super strong. Obviously, but disengage is so good.
The issue is that like once you're in melee and you don't have disengage, like you have to kill the unit you're in melee with. Otherwise, you're just like wasting your activation.
So Josh, being extremely sportsmanlike, Nick had placed a standby token on the table.
No, that's fine, man. You got it.
And he decided to reverse himself.
Trying to get a certain different angle.
And then he decided to take a shot here.
We have Vader?
So this is the beginning of turn 3?
Yeah.
So instead of taking the standby, he's just going to take a shot. Potentially.
There is a gap in here.
Okay.
At the top that I can see through.
The top.
So did he expend all the medic charges yet?
I think
Is
so.
Vader full health?
Yeah, Vader looks to be full health
I
now.
think he might have one medic charge left.
So he has one of the 4 left.
Yeah.
And Vader's back to 0 wounds.
Well, that's a blunder. Yep, you do have him, so you can pivot. You can turn him around and shoot if you want.
Well, we pivoted. We definitely have arc now.
Okay.
We did pivot.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take a shot at Vader.
All right.
5 black.
Okay.
Shooting the Dark Lord of the Sith with an FD
2
turret.
crits.
Okay.
2 crits go through.
Spend your dodge.
Spend a dodge for deflect.
You got it.
That's a
Takes
blank.
one.
So Vader takes another one, and we're pretty sure there's one medic charge left. So then Vader will be back down to 0, but no heals remaining.
Yep.
I will pass.
You pass.
And if you get Vader, like, what's a number you get Vader on where you think Ahsoka has a realistic chance of one-shotting him on her 1 pip? If he's at 4, maybe?
I mean,
5?
You got to spike it at
3?
4. I think I'm much more comfortable at 2 or 3.
2 or 3 wounds remaining?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4. I definitely think
4 is realistic.
4 is
But-
like a little bit higher than average expectance. But if he's on 5 or higher, like you shouldn't even.
Yeah.
You shouldn't mess with it.
This is very unfortunate. I think Josh is really on the
One.
back foot
One
here
now.
after losing a bike and just having to take all this attrition, all this
How do you have
fire
to- Does he have
from the
vigilant?
rebel
Yeah,
list.
so I took a dodge action and then
Yeah, all right, we're good.
I do think the way Nick is vocalizing his like verbiage, I think he feels like he's
We'll
in
throw
a
2
worse
dice of Vader.
position than he
Okay.
actually
So
is.
aim.
Yeah.
So
No
okay.
aim. Nothing.
All right.
But I think that speaks to how
I gotta
how
start moving.
oppressive the Blizzard matchup can feel, particularly when you played it 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
So, obviously, this is water under the bridge. This is not happening, but isn't there a strategy where Josh could have ignored the FDs and tried to remove the units that can score,
Yeah.
right? And just say, my bikes are going to die, but I'm going to trade them for all the units that you have that can score, and then Vader will win the game?
Yeah, and I definitely think that like if he was going to do that, it should have probably started happening now. But he's lost a whole bike.
He's
unit,
lost the whole bike unit.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Like honestly, if I'm playing Blizzard, I have played Blizzard online before, and I think that like my best games with Blizzard have always been lining up the bikes on turn 1 and then diving with all the HRUs, all the bikes, overwhelming barrage.
Yeah.
Just throwing every damaged piece that I have and seeing what's left after the smoke clears.
yep,
And even
Those
if
have been
it's
my most
even, you
successful
think
games.
Vader will clean it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Because like once they take a certain amount of damage, Vader is unkillable
Yes.
or virtually unkillable, barring some crazy variance.
Yeah, because
All right.
There.
Yep.
And then the camera's kind of. I'm
I
trying
think
to
the
see if
bikes
I
are
can,
finally going to...
So if I moved up to there, he'd probably be.
The
in
FDs
open.
have
Would you
rolled
agree?
really good attacks
Yes.
so far.
Okay,
They
but
have.
not. What about
Well
where he
above
currently
average,
is probably too much.
in my
clipping?
I
estimation.
think because of
yeah, I think
Okay.
they probably roll
What if I just kind
more
of
crits.
scoot up a little bit? Tell me where I need to scoot. Oh, also, Judge.
I
you
might
tell me.
get the fuel can at that point, but I'm not sure. Like, if
Okay,
you-
I can't really put my head there, so I can't really.
I was trying to find him out of cover here.
Yeah, unfortunately our setup is blocking him a little bit, but that's
All right,
just
yeah, Judge,
because
you
of the
can
where it
just
is.
But so
He's trying to
can
get
I
an open
move?
shot
Can I
on the
move
FD.
to where I can get him in the open?
Well, you're in range right now.
trying to get an
Yeah,
open shot.
yeah, trying to get an open shot.
No cover.
That's gonna be really hard.
I think you
Yeah,
probably
I
got to
agree.
get sitting on the field.
I agree. Yeah, I won't.
So it's interesting to me because I don't think a judge should come over there and move your piece for you. You should finalize your decision, then ask the judge what it is.
I agree.
Right.
The judge should not say, "Yeah, you're going to be good there." Then you lock it in. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
That should be a discussion between him and Nick. Once it's decided, now a judge can confirm.
Right. It's tough for judges because they have to really walk that line of like, I need to answer questions, but
Not
I can't
help you move your
right. I
piece.
can't assist the player directly.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was kind of weird how they almost asked Rob to move his piece for him. Which obviously he's not going to do, but I don't think that's not what Josh was trying to do. That's just kind of how it came out.
Yeah.
It's just what happened. Yeah.
It's tough because like in a lot of these scenarios, it's pretty much assumed that there's probably an open shot in there somewhere, but it's kind of like it's going to take like 15 minutes to
Right. It
to,
eludes
like,
you.
Medge the model where it needs to be.
Yeah, I can. So I don't know if you heard me earlier. The Pikes early turn 2 were close to center objective. Boss put a couple wounds on a capo, and there was 0 attrition other than that on either side. But I can go get another update. It's about time, so let me go do that. Turn the players back
There's
on,
too
and
many
I'll walk
cracks
off.
between this thing for me to be an effective LOS.
There are some angles on this side where both of the fuel things are blocking, but I think
right there is
correct.
going to put you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, range 5 there.
Okay. Yeah, you got him.
Just chuck some dice at Vader here.
Okay, nothing. Core.
So we're just listening to the players for right now. Looks like a sniper
We need to
shot.
rush things here.
Didn't do anything. Hey there, Pally. Yes, there is an activation dead here. It is a bike for
First
Blizzard
action
Force is
move.
dead. It's the only activation that has died so far.
Did you catch how many wounds went down on that FD?
It looks like 1.
If it's only 1, that's a big deal.
That is a big deal because every bike shot counts right now.
Yeah, and the FD is going to be able to return fire into that bike unit if it doesn't die this turn.
All right, we're going to move there and take a dodge. Back to you.
So good timing, I guess, on my update because I witnessed a couple small things. One of Sam's pike units took 2 models off the board. Boyle, Guardian, and lost a model. So there's 3 models off the board for Sam. His capo that took 2 wounds panicked and stood still.
Oh, wow.
So he potentially is in range for boss to finish off.
Oh,
Boss
wow.
bounty is on Padme though.
Okay.
So it's not a bounty target. And Kentucky Dan is definitely scoring middle objective turn 2, so he'll be up 2-1 on victory points, and he hasn't lost any models.
Yep.
It doesn't look bleak or anything at this point, but the pikes are doing pike things and they're winning attrition.
Yeah, it's a huge attrition game, and there's not much the Republic can do to overcome it other than just trying to outshoot it.
Hope the dice go in your favor.
Yeah. Which is tough because there's a lot of shared aims on both sides.
Your vets with heavies have gone.
Right.
Okay.
I'm down to a strike team, K2, Ahsoka, and these vets here.
Okay.
I believe Kentucky Dan's only loss in the tournament is to Nick on stream, to Nick's Rebels. I think that's the case.
That is correct. Kentucky Dan was telling me that he misremembered the tiebreak change in the CRB, and the biggest reason that
He
was
thought Nick would have to come to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the high velocity of sniping tore him apart because it was unable to use any of his dodges.
That's the other really heavy shooter you have left.
High velocity definitely is the answer to that list.
Yeah,
for sure.
High velocity and suppressive
Yep.
FD cannons.
Not to take anything away from Nick's victory, but I got the same vibe from Dan. He's like he's not too scared to play him again.
Yep.
If that makes sense. Like Nick beat him. He's like I feel like I got good chances if I go against him again.
Yeah, I definitely think Dan's pretty well placed to make a good run.
He was like,
But he's got 4 turns ahead of him against Sam, and Sam's found a way to pull out some really close wins. So
He has.
he still has Anakin on intercept.
You can come forward a tiny bit more. That's it.
All right, Jesse.
Yeah, I
Thank
didn't
you
think
for
a
coming to the
climb
light side.
did it.
He was here touching this end.
yeah,
Another judge
Was that as far,
clarification
like-
necessary.
yeah. He was touching in there.
That's as far as it can get. Let me see. I gotta make it so it's the same.
Looks like
Yeah.
the
Sure, yeah.
HRU is trying to find a shot at the sniper team here, and they're trying to measure range.
Yeah, that's got it.
It's got it.
Yes.
Okay.
He's got it now.
right.
Oh wait. This is not pushed.
Oh,
in
okay.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
It's short.
Yeah, it's not pushed in all the way. That's gonna be short.
You can take
That's short.
I'm looking at it from this angle, and there's definitely like a gap on that side. However small, there is one.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Was that the oldest trick in the book there? Slightly extend your range ruler out of the gap to. But Rob, I don't think Josh did it on purpose, but Rob noticed the range ruler wasn't fully connected in and seated. So when that seated, that made the difference.
Yeah. Oh, that wild.
I've never seen that, actually.
But Josh is like, I'm just going to come off and move on. I don't need to waste time debating it.
Sometimes those rulers they don't give as much.
You think
as
they're in. Yeah, I don't think there's anything intentional, but
yeah,
that was interesting how that happened. How to build B1 battle droids?
Very carefully.
Yeah, you're talking about actually put them together, glue them up? Yeah.
I didn't really have much problem with.
My fingers stuck together a lot.
That's fair. That's fair.
I use super glue, though. I don't know if you guys use the other stuff.
I use plastic glue. I actually think the way to do it is plastic glue for sure.
Yeah.
Just because they're so fiddly, it gives you an opportunity to kind of like mold them before the glue sets.
Yeah, I wonder if I've never put them together, but I wonder if Tamiya extra thin would be a good way to do it because it has a lot of capillary action, so it flows over the part, and then it also bonds pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think my biggest recommendation with the pike, not the pikes, the pikes were worse to put together than the B1s. IMO.
Really?
Yeah, I thought so. But I think with the B1s, you really want to make sure you don't use too much glue.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's really easy to do.
Yeah, I've had that issue with my pikes where I accidentally left a thumbprint in plastic glue on one of the heads.
Yeah.
And I can totally see it, but no one else can.
Sure. Nobody else is looking that close, right?
Yeah, no one else is going to look at it that closely. If I paint over it, they'll never see it.
Yep. This got turned around.
Is he talking about the game or his model?
No, his model.
Okay, and then I think. All right, I'm going to see if I fit into here. Oh, okay. Well, that's the guy that's about to move. So
yeah, I feel you on that, Carlos. I used extra thin on my Ewoks just to get those little gaps closed.
Nope. Okay, so he can't compulse there. Can you show me range 3 on the FD? Again, sorry I'm finessing this so much. You're making me try to play good. All right, so it's gonna be a compulse. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move twice.
Making me try to play good. Yeah. I love it.
Well, sometimes when you're playing Blizzard, you don't really have to play good.
Oh my goodness! What an admission.
Actually.
Jesse, we're completely fine with your questions, man. We're here to help new players as much as we are here to cast a high-level game.
I have to probably go all the way around.
I do think,
here
we're talking about Kentucky Dan and we're talking about Nick. Actually, it would be kind of crazy if the finals of this tournament was Rebels versus Shadow Collective and there were no Gar or Empire.
Right, despite Gar and Empire representing the majority of the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, but it would still be fair to say Empire and Gar kind of dominated the tournament, but you can't say that if they didn't win it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they were just like, 6 of 8 of the top 8?
Yeah. Well, 5 of 8 of the top 6? Was it 6? It was 6, yeah. 4 Republic, 2 Empire. Yeah. And then if you go down the standings like top 20, they're like 14 of the top 20.
Yeah.
Or 13 or something like that. So
it was pretty dominant. I was pretty happy with the fact that so many full arc units showed up this weekend.
A lot of full arcs. A lot of people realizing that moving and getting aims and sharing them is...
Turns out that's good.
Turns out that's good. Impervious is clutch. All right, we'll go top 20. 1 Shadow, 1 Rebel, 3 CIS, 2 Rebels.
A bike shot.
2 Rebels, 1 Shadow, so 6. So 14 of the top 20. 15 of the top 21 were Empire and Republic.
So there was a bike shot there that got fully blocked by an FD turret, and Nick saying better lucky than good.
I mean, sometimes
it's the case.
I mean, you're not going to apologize for rolling all blocks. Yeah. But at some time, like, I don't want to say it's etiquette, but it's my. I don't just let it go. I have to make a comment. I have to make a comment that I realize I got lucky.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want my opponent thinking like, oh, I'm just so good at the game. So the better lucky than good is a go-to.
Yep.
Both of your vets have gone?
Yeah, I have a strike team.
Nick's had a great plan, and Josh has been affected by the plan.
Yeah, and I think he's also, I mean, he sometimes you put a plan together and it goes better than you expected it to. And this, I think, seems to be the case for Nick here. Like, this FD is going to survive
That
this
FD
round.
surviving 3 turns is a testament to Nick's plan affecting him, and then a couple of these dice going his way.
Yep.
But that's part of it.
So sometimes you got to set yourself up so that the dice can actually do the things to get you places, right?
Right. That's like where that's the transition point between the skill component and the luck component. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
You have to give yourself the opportunities for luck to help you out.
Yes.
I have never played a tabletop game. I finally got into this. It's just work-life balance if I'm allowed to the last couple of years, and I chose Legion, and I'm so glad because to me what's been impressive coming from a brand new player and trying to be competitive with this stuff is the fact that a lot of you guys can consistently reach the top end of tournaments. You don't see that in other, whether it be Magic the Gathering or this or like, you don't, when there's a game of luck, there's a luck component of the game, yet the skill is the primary reason folks make it to the end consistently. The skill you can really shine through still. To be lucky, you have to put yourself in the position to be lucky.
Exactly.
And that's how I would sum it up.
For sure.
And Nick had definitely put himself in a position to roll some saves, and that FD cannon is bossing it up right now.
Totally.
So I have a question for the chat. Who wants to win a Din Djarin alt art? Because I have a Din Djarin full art card from the asset that I would like to give away to one lucky member of the audience.
You want me to put it in front of a camera, David?
No, I think it's good for now. We don't have to put it in front of the camera, but those of you who know, it's a full art Din Djarin with Grogu from the asset pack. And I'm going to set up a giveaway for it in just a few moments here.
Yeah, so in Josh's defense, he still has vehicles on key positions.
He does.
And so he always has a trump factor that he can potentially pull vehicles up onto the point and lock up a game.
Yep.
And Nick knows that, of course.
That looks more than height too.
I definitely think that he can't lose another unit before turn 6. I think another bike unit before turn 6, or he's going to be in real hot water.
So if you were to say, I'm going to put you on the spot, if you were to say the game started at a 50-50, where is Nick at now as far as terms of winning? Is it 60-40 status or?
Yeah, I'd probably put him in 60-40. I think it really depends on how Josh decides to play out the rest of the game.
And then I'm just going to sneak out so that I can...
Yeah, I mean, there's so many variables. I mean, who knows what he's going to continue to do with these bikes. I would imagine this FD will die soon.
No, I want
We'll see. I think it's...
If it survives another one, that's big.
Yeah.
If it gets another shot off turn 4, that's big.
It's very likely to survive this attack.
Is it on three wounds right now?
I think it's on 2.
Oh, it's only on 2?
Yeah. And it's going to probably have heavy cover here.
Yeah, he's going to have heavy. If I was thinking it was on 3.
I could be wrong. It's sort of hard to tell how many tokens are on the table.
So after heavy cover 3,
Okay.
I'll read it. 6-2.
Let's see if we
I think
can.
this is the last bike attack in the turn.
Yep, so you were right. He was on 2.
I'm out, so whatever you...
So it survived. It's going to potentially get another shot off turn 4.
And maybe more importantly, it's probably going to
Soak up more attacks.
And make those bikes probably stay somewhere where they might be able to get shot by Cassian or something.
Yeah.
So once again, we are giving away a Din Djarin full art card. Exclamation point raffle in the chat if you want to win this thing.
Now that the med bots are down, Cassian gets really solid value out of picking a core and just pegging into it until it's dead. He can't med bot it back.
I definitely, my battle plan against Blizzard generally
is remove bikes.
Yeah, just like put the snipers into the bike, into the
Is that
into the
push?
HQs. It looks like push, yeah.
That's the
old Orabesh alt art.
Nice.
Oh man, that's OG. I love those things.
And then I think on Nick's side he plays Cassian's 3-pip.
We're going to do Cassian.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
He'll take his recover. He'll go with a pistol here.
Okay, he's going into pistol. Okay.
He's going in a pistol.
And that's
All right.
going to give the FD danger.
Starting to get near the end here. No order K2.
It will. Oh no, only special forces and operatives.
Okay, is that the restrictions on the card?
Not the restrictions for giving the order, but the restrictions for getting the effects, I believe.
Okay.
Is the good Cassian player.
I don't play a lot of Rebels. So.
My monitor is being weird. Let me do it this way. When Cassian Andor issues so he can issue it to 2 troopers. So he can issue it to anybody, trooper-wise. But when he issues an order to commander, operative, or special forces, then it gets 3 cover, danger sense 1, and make gain of suppression. So the FD won't get danger sense.
Okay.
I think more importantly, he just wants to get one more shot off.
Yes, I'm not sure he actually gave it an order though.
Okay, he may not have.
Yeah.
So huge note here. There, the card comes out of the tray. Cassian went to pistol config.
That's fine.
Wow. So
Okay.
he's only putting 1 into the FD.
No, it wasn't an FD.
Okay.
Never mind. That was a vet squad.
That must have been an HRU shooting then?
Must have been an HRU shooting into a vet.
That was an HRU shot.
Okay.
Vet does take a suppression, which potentially slows them down. He's probably drawing for FD.
Yeah, definitely. You got to go with that thing before it dies.
But Cassian switched to pistol config, so the sniper's out the window.
Oh.
He took the opportunity now to use the command card to save an action later to go to, because the pistol config is very powerful at range.
It totally is. What is it? Is it
2 reds and a black? No sharpshooter though, but marksman.
Yeah.
Double core improv draw.
Yeah.
A lot of
worst.
times you don't need to take Cassian off sniper, but when you're getting into a close range scrum at the end of the game, the pistol can really pack a punch that the sniper can't. Also, you can move and shoot, whereas the sniper cannot move and shoot.
Right.
And they're going to be
tactical too.
He's as tactical, so you get the aim off of it. So it could be good. Sometimes I find myself I don't switch out of it, but I just use his native gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 whites and a red, not nearly as good, but it can still get the job done.
Totally.
Happy with ICU? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think you got it.
I can bump up a little bit.
I'm pretty sure you got that.
Yeah. I intentionally.
I mean, you had more movement anyway,
Yeah,
so.
I set it up.
Okay, let's see what we got.
I want to do the same
It's like an HRU into the FD.
mistake. Compel range.
I still think Josh is really counting on the bikes to help with the middle, and Vader, of course. He has time to get to the middle. This is the beginning of turn 4. He still has time. The Rebels aren't too much closer.
Ooh, that's a lot of crits. That's a dead FD.
All right, FD's dead. So it didn't get a shoot. Still, though, it took 2-3 more attacks than what maybe it should have.
I think maybe more importantly, that HRU unit, it might be
It's really far back.
in a place where it could take some fire, take some heat.
Okay, maybe.
No, we didn't. Okay. This thing keep falling.
Activation-wise, we're down to 9 on Nick, 7 on
I think it's 9. 8.
Josh.
Yeah, I think 8 for Josh still.
Yeah. Because he lost 1 bike unit.
He started at 9.
Yeah.
8 for Josh, 9 for Nick.
Yep.
So Nick's
Yep.
up 1. So, of course, that's probably going to change a couple more times before the end, but
Ranging each other quite a bit.
last activation on turn 6 is a massive advantage for the force push.
Yeah, he's got plenty of things in line of sight there, so.
I think we're going to shoot at the HRU, though.
The red HRU, I'm sure you can. Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
aim
got
and
him.
shoot.
Aim, shoot, HRU makes sense.
That's a good start. I'll spend the aim.
Okay.
One
Here's
crit.
one.
Here's
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Kills an HRU model.
That was
with a sniper.
not the one that moved up, though. That was the one that moved back.
I'll draw.
Which I think he's got kind of a weird configurations on his HRUs.
Like.
He's got one that's got an HH12 and a T21 on it, I think.
Yeah, which is a little strange, but I get it.
Yeah,
It's
I'd call
just-
it unconventional, maybe.
Yeah, it's a lot of crit and impact.
Yeah.
He did name his list Lord Vader Special Snowflakes.
Yeah.
So
I think
Range 5 is like somewhere like here, basically, right?
No,
Yeah, we can
that's
pull
like,
it.
that's
Okay,
like
thanks.
4, my man.
Here we go, number 2.
Okay.
Yeah, about there.
So, I get wanting to kill the FDs because they kill your things. But as Nick, like if I'm Nick, I'm like, we're on turn 4. Now you're just working on my second FD.
Yeah.
The FDs can't score.
Right.
They can
Make it
kill things that can score,
Yep.
but they can't touch objectives themselves. So I'm like, okay, if you want to take 3 more shots into something that can't score anyway,
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm cool with it.
There he is.
He was just measuring range 5, probably to stay out of range, but I don't think he'll shoot in that second FD.
FD aim standby because it got pulled early.
Yep. Probably won't have anything to shoot this turn anyhow. But this is, going back to it. If it was like 4 inches up, it might be taking shots at those HRUs potentially.
All right, everybody. This is your last call now to enter the giveaway. Exclamation point raffle if you haven't already. We're giving away a Din Djarin full alt art card. Your last chance. We're going to draw it in 5 minutes. So 2:15 Eastern, we'll draw a winner.
I'm going to go take another peek at Kentucky Dan and Sam.
It's an MK.
Yeah, see if we want to get an update from their game.
It's a bet. The MK already went.
Oh, the MK
Dodge
already went.
standby.
Hopefully
yeah,
it
that was
goes
my first pull.
The
A
one
little
that
bit
didn't have
different
the
than my
suppression?
game goes. Sam's
Or the
is
one that
also
did?
one of my logos.
No,
so
the
I'm-
Oh,
The
yeah.
MK that.
Not
yeah, I've got 2
Vet-
of them
neither
left in
vet's
the
gone yet.
tournament, and we're
Okay,
at the top
right,
4.
right. And you just
they
drew
could
a
face
4,
off
and you're going to go with one
Yeah,
of them?
finals,
Okay.
which would be really cool. But
This was my first pull.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. I'm not sure what we're doing yet.
Yep. And you're going with the non-suppressed one right now.
I'm not sure yet. I haven't.
Okay, yeah. Of course, take your time.
Let's go with the suppressed one.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
He'll just dodge.
Okay. And I will pass. Can I still pass, actually? I went
Who went
first.
first?
So I don't, so I can.
You can, because you're at
Well,
8
let's
and
make
I'm
sure.
at 9.
I have 4 left. You have
You
how
have
many left?
4 left? I have 6 left.
Okay, so yes,
Yeah,
I will
all right.
pass.
Okay.
I think this is one of those weird situations where had he drawn
Okay.
the FD out of the bag, he might not be able
Oh,
to pass.
that, yeah.
There she
FD.
is. Yep.
So now I have 5 left. You have
Oh,
4.
does
There
it
you go.
count?
It
Doesn't.
does.
The dead? but it would still be 5-6, so I
Still
could still
5.
do it. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
still, well, 5-5.
The dead count. Oh,
dead-
okay.
You don't take him out
Okay.
Right.
until you draw a dead.
Okay.
Right. Hob
many you
explaining
left
that tokens.
So I have 4. I have 4. I've
You
always
have
had
4 left. We're good. Yeah, you can still
So I
pass.
could still
Okay.
pass. All right, just want to make sure I was
This will be
kosher
the healthy vet.
Okay.
Hob explaining that the tokens are still in the bag until they're pulled out for passing purposes, even if a unit dies.
1 hour remaining.
Okay, yeah, we should be good. I feel like, Nick.
Yeah, I think it's going to start to get spicy soon, but we're not there yet.
Yep. Give the folks at home some fireworks.
Josh cognizant of the fact that he is on stream.
Oh, he's very cognizant.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So we move into
This has
range
been a pretty
4.
clean
Take a
game
range
so far,
4
apart from a
shot
couple
there,
of
I
game
think.
state
Yeah, on the
things. But
HRUs.
Yeah,
Yep,
on the
makes
those
sense.
are just things that the players have
Who knows?
fixed
Yeah.
Might make
without
Sometimes,
any intervention.
sometimes you
Makes
get
sense to
into
me.
weird game states where somebody forgets
I
something.
see.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Two
Okay.
crits.
Yeah, it's so hard to fix to make it clean, you know.
Takes 2.
Take it.
I'll tell you my little story. I had a game state error where I put 3PO into melee with
Right.
this is Bright Tree 3PO, I forgot that he didn't have a melee weapon.
Okay.
Oh, so you can't do that.
Yeah, so I couldn't do that. So I put him in. I thought he did.
Yeah.
So I put him in melee with
The
Boba Fett
two regular guys are
It
gone.
lost
to
us
keep
a
him
blade of
from
wound.
bountying Han.
Okay.
And then 3 activations later, I caught to call a judge and be
Right.
like, yeah, I think I just cheated because I just put this in.
Oh no.
So I didn't get a game loss, but my 3PO died immediately because he was not in melee.
Sure.
So, and then Han got bountied the turn after.
Okay.
So it was like, welp.
So you were punished for your.
I was punished for my transgression.
Yeah. It looks like those rebel vets
They're just going to double
walked
move
up
there.
and took 2 out of the 5
Okay.
guys in that HRU squad
Yikes.
out. So there's only 3 left.
Strike team?
I'm a little bit thinking that maybe he's going to regret having Cassian in pistol mode this turn.
Yeah, because not having the
Yeah,
sniper
bump
to
him back,
finish
it's okay.
off that
Yeah, I don't think
activation.
that would fit.
Yeah.
Probably not from just the
Because
vantage point we were seeing.
because
Yeah.
it's gonna go up that.
Yep.
But I think this might be too aggressive. But
1 minute left to get your raffles in. Exclamation point raffle.
Nick commenting here that he thinks he's getting too aggressive. I don't feel like he's been particularly aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think he's been that aggressive. He's just
We'll
been
shoot those
moving
guys.
up and taking
Okay.
shots where he's able.
Yeah.
He's just leaning on his higher
shoot them
activation
with,
count.
The
Yep.
strike
Strike
team
team
there.
there.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
Which is one of the strengths of his list, right?
Yeah. Having 10.
Right, yep. Draw. Bike. I'm just going to essentially pivot twice
And
to
then
arrange
compulse.
me going that way. Beep, beep.
You got it, buddy.
Yep.
did you say beep beep?
I sure did. Little bebop. Hip hop, the beat up. I got the
Yeah.
zoomies.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
My
I might
bag's
cohere
done.
him back a little bit here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you've got a bike, Vader, and
A-bike
Snows left.
and no, just A-bike and Vader. That's it.
Just a bike and Vader left. Okay.
Yep.
So let's get ready to draw our raffle
Everything's starting to
winner.
become a blur after you're like your 8th game in for the weekend. It's starting to like.
Yeah,
Just,
that'll
you know.
do, pig. That'll do.
We're going to go into the Malibor Paints
Is
paint
Cassian
over.
Here?
Okay.
He's gonna do some walking.
Our stream
Okay.
sponsored by Malibor Paints
Can you walk
at
into-
Malibor_paints on Instagram.
I know.
Check out their Instagram. Give them a follow. If you need a commission paint job done, send them a message at Malibor_paints on Instagram.
Right, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I'll put names on K2. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
'cause
you're a
you do
leader
have
fellow
K2.
over here.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's going to be my other bouquet.
Oh man, I forgot to pull K2's incognito token on the table.
You're fine, dude.
I'm putting it on
We know
'cause it's cool.
we know what's happening. All right, compulse.
Yeah.
So at LOCC, if you're in the chat,
I mean, my FD's gonna get like.
speak
one
up
more
now
shot.
or forever hold your peace.
I think there's like no way. it
Sounds
doesn't,
like
right?
a Din Djarin full art is waiting for
If you
you.
can't beat him,
Yeah.
avoid him.
Yeah. We're basically both waiting for the other shoe to drop, I think, right?
Yep. I just got
Exactly.
Vader left. I'm going to pick up my tokens real fast. You
Yeah.
just have K2 and Ahsoka?
K2 and Ahsoka, yeah.
Waiting for that turn 6 dive.
So, I mean, I guess he's got compel, so he can always double move his cores.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm feeling like he might have to quad move everything behind that building to the center KP over the next 2 turns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And I think the rebels are in a much more like they can get there in 2 probably.
Your go, by the way.
Vader?
Oh, because I just went
No,
with the bike.
I'm sorry.
And then
I'm
you,
sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
K2's gonna
Welcome back, Joe, to the
stand by.
stream.
Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Do you have an update for
Aim,
us?
standby.
Yeah,
Sure.
bathroom break felt great. Secondary, 8 models dead in the game between Kentucky Dan and Sam, and they're all of Sam's models.
Oh, no.
again, I don't know that it's going
man,
horribly
really
for
enjoying
him
it. Super fun.
because
Thanks for putting up with all my cheats,
Again,
too.
he hasn't lost an activation.
I know
He
it
had
keeps
2
knocking
models off Boyle.
Fine, dude.
Echo's Battle
I'm like,
Buddy
"Can we
is
do
dead.
range 5 on that?"
And 2 models off another
Yeah, no, man,
clone
that's
squad
the game, though.
Shut
and 2 pikes. So that's everything down.
Jeez, what, you don't wanna hang out with
and
my
also 2
FP
wounds on a
cannons?
capo. So attrition heavily in Dan's favor.
Yeah, not
Dan
at this
is
present
still
time.
hugging the
So.
center objective,
best
probably
game
going to
of
score on
FP
turn 4. I think they're on turn 4 now.
Can you
Or they're
show me
going
range-
into turn 4.
Speaking
So
of which, can you show me range 5
Dan's
on the
looking
FP?
pretty good.
Okay.
Reminiscent of your game,
All right,
Mike,
so that's
maybe?
kind of my
A little
rough
bit.
watermark here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I think the scores
my
are still
saves fell out pretty quickly, and Sam's army has access to a lot more dodge tokens than I do, so it definitely.
Yeah, his list is quite a bit more defensive than your version
Yeah.
with the ARC Troopers, but yeah. So anyway, Kentucky Dan looking pretty good from the looks of it on intercept. Did I miss anything on this end?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll turn the players back up.
Yeah, let's get the players back on.
I'm going to put her there.
Sure. All right.
That's it.
Let's update this to
That's
turn 5 now
What she wrote.
because we're about to enter turn 5.
So this Empire folks, now the bikes can get there,
Cassian's wounds.
but the units, the trooper units, need to start moving towards the middle this turn.
I think that's pretty much all they're going to be able to do.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got compel from Vader, so they definitely can get there. But I think it's got to be pretty much. It's
All right, we're heading into round
It's
5.
definitely 3 moves, and I think
Yeah.
it potentially
Okay.
might require 4 moves for all the troopers to get there.
Especially, I don't know if they considered that area terrain difficult or not.
Yeah, yeah. If it is,
Then that could be the case.
Oh, well, I wish I played 6 rounds against you yesterday because I know all your command cards.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery.
Yeah.
Not normally.
that's funny.
Oh, yeah, over here.
Yeah.
Vader's Might
Ooh, there he goes.
versus Swift
Yeah.
Protector.
Here he comes.
Just want to make you think about it.
The Dark Lord is coming.
This feels
I don't know that you Vader's might anything this
Here he
turn.
is.
premature.
All right, so just Vader's going to get my order.
This feels very premature to me.
Yeah, same
What
here.
can you Vader's might? Nothing.
I mean, if he's gonna Vader's Might, he's gonna have to burst his speed.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
But I think Nick will also have to bring something forward. I don't even know if a double burst of speed you get into range 1 of anything as it currently stands.
So, what I will say, I taught Josh this trick. But what he may be thinking
Is scatter blast.
is that if he bursts of speed this turn, he can't actually be
Oh,
force
he
pushed
can't be
next
force
turn.
pushed off.
Exactly.
Right, because now you're speed 0.
Exactly.
Ah,
That is a good trick.
clever.
Yes.
Also, this is not Operative Vader. I was going to say
Yeah.
scatter.
Yeah,
this is
it
Commander
is
Vader, so there's no
Commander
scatter
Vader.
play. I was thinking of a scatter someone into range 1 for a Vader's might. But regardless, yes. So
That assumes that burst gets him to the point.
if you didn't follow what Mike's saying, if he bursts his speed and sits on the point this round on turn 5, or this turn on turn 5, he will have an immobilized token because Commander Vader is 1 speed with an immobilize. Ahsoka would not be able to force push him at all. So he would be locked in on scoring, given that he lives.
Yeah, assuming he lives.
Assuming
yes,
he
yeah.
lives.
Right.
Which he's tanky. He is tanky as heck.
And the other thing that you can do is he can sit on the immobilized token next turn, and he plays implacable next turn, and just like waits, so Ahsoka can't force push him all turn.
Richard brought up a good point, though. Ahsoka could force push an off before the end of the round, therefore locking him into not scoring.
That is fair. There's gonna have to be a gunfight at some point if that's the plan. I'm not saying I don't think that will be the plan. I just I'm not really entirely sure what Josh's road to victory is gonna look
I'm
like.
going to get these cards off the screen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, and then
So
yeah. I'll
if you
shoot
liked
bets.
that giveaway, you can stay tuned for more next
Probably
round
gotta
because we
reco here,
have
back to, right?
I can
a
see through the cracks,
Tarot-size
just like how you were saying.
full art
are they
Judge
range
copy
speed 1?
3PO to
Are
give
they all
away
speed 1 from the leader?
Oh, cohesion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
in
sorry,
during the
dude.
finals. So
Yep,
if you're
thank
interested
you.
in winning that, stay tuned.
It's gotta be a valid speed 1.
So I think we guessed this earlier based on the first shot into Vader, but they can definitely shoot through those containers.
Yep.
They had just mentioned that again.
If I go here back this way.
Yeah, I guess those snow troopers might not be able to make it at all.
So Vader, Josh is down 1 act, and he played a 1 pip. So even with the pass, Nick is guaranteed last activation, which means it's not like Vader can't go last.
He's not going to go last, and I think that it is going to be very unlikely that Josh is able to not lose a unit this turn too. Whether that's a snow trooper or an HRU or a bike, I think is an open question.
The other thing, though, is he has implacable left, correct?
He does.
So even if he bursts his speed onto the center, Ahsoka can't push him off.
Yep.
He can implacable, removing the immobilize and going a second time to go back on.
Oh yeah, of course.
He can do a couple things. So
That's
during the first activation, he can like dodge standby. And the standby is not strippable unless Ahsoka is already within range.
Only by force push would be the only way.
Right, and she's got to start her turn in force
Correct.
push range, right? Yeah. And then, so you'll get a move off the standby, and then you'll get to go again on the second implacable activation. So he'd still get 2 moves, probably.
But the implacable, to Richard's point of pushing Vader off, the implacable could get it back around that and get it back on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even without it, like you said, the standby.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's one amazing thing about Commander Vader is you can't. The only way to strip his standby is a force push, I believe, right? Not even displacement or anything. That doesn't strip standbys because he wouldn't get the suppression from it.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't count as a move.
It's a place.
Right.
Yep.
Checking to see if there's an open sniper shot here against the HRU. That would be big if it's open.
Assuming that those black and white dice
actually cooperate.
Yeah, light to open. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah.
All right, so light to open. Nick found a really good shot. Can he convert with just 1 pierce, but still,
I think
worth it.
You take that.
You take that all day.
I think Cassian's threatening long shot range at this point, probably. He does have long shot, right?
He does have a long shot, so his pistol config, he can use an aim to go to range 3.
Yep.
But that's an aim he'd want for marksman.
100%. I just if you've
still
got no
something.
other shots.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's something.
P2.
Oh man, it would be great if the way that this game ended was K2 just beating the crap out of Darth Vader.
Oh my gosh.
I would really enjoy
The
that.
sardonic security droid.
Yeah.
And he got named from, or is he just aiming right
He's
now?
aim actioning.
Okay.
If you want Cassian,
Sure.
and then he'll calculate on himself.
Yep. Okay.
Actually, before that,
Yeah, that's fine.
He'll move up a little bit here.
Sure.
Sweet, okay.
Calculate move instead of calculate aim, I think.
And then that Ahsoka ability.
I like that decision.
Is that one that you chose, or do you just get it indefinitely?
So that's the rest of the round.
And another, okay.
Small base friendly trooper range.
She just has guardianship. Okay.
All right.
Him a dodge when you declare the attack.
So update from Rob. The TO is the Black Sun unit of Kentucky Dan has been obliterated.
Oh, wow.
They cease to exist.
That is the weak underbelly of that list.
That is.
I was not able to get a hold of it.
To
in
get a
my
hold of
game.
them? Yeah. Still, though, so that's an activation down on the pikes, on Dan's pikes, but he's still up attrition model-wise overall. And I think he still has the activation advantage because I think it was 10 to 8 to start.
10 to 9. Sam has 9?
Sam has 9? Okay.
He's got the capo.
So it's tied 9 to 9 then.
Yep.
Okay. But Dan's continue. He's probably going to be able to remove a couple of those units by the end of it, the way it's been going.
His list really isn't that far off from Gar Bosk, which is a list that I liked to run in Shadow Collective in the past, but the third capo just makes it absurd. It's really that third capo officer.
I think it's cute that each capo has its own thing that he does, right?
Yeah.
One inspires, one improvised orders, and one vigilances.
You know, the steepled fingers, it's the triumvirate.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna
call the list the Three Musketeers.
The Three Musketeers. Yeah.
pull a core.
It's still crazy to think we
Press
have
one.
another game after this, David.
Yep, one more game. It's the last one.
So I actually
No.
don't know the answer
I'm
to
gonna
this
go with
because
red.
I'm not sure it hasn't come up in any of my games. But let's hypothetically say that Vader burst of speeds up here. Is K2 an eligible target for Vader's Miter Force Push?
Yes.
Even though he's got Incognito.
He can't be targeted by attacks. That's all Incognito does.
Okay, that's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
he can still be pushed. And
So I'll
things.
pull it. That's a really good question, though. I'm 99.9% sure, but we'll pull it up in the CRB. A unit with Incognito keyword cannot be attacked by enemy units that are beyond range 1. So that's all it's stopping is attacks.
Yep.
So it's not like the hostage effect, immune enemy effects.
Exactly. Yeah.
But no, that's a good question.
Just suppression.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
Nick's reactions are still like he's out of the game. I think it's just his demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100.
I think he knows he's fully in this game.
I think so too.
He wouldn't have made it this far if he didn't understand end games.
That's fair. Key positions, I think, definitely is one of
It's
the
a tricky
objective
one.
that has generally the most tricky endgame states.
I would agree.
Just because the endgame state often is very binary.
K2 doesn't
I
have a
think-
standby or anything, right?
Ricardo, that's a good question. I think Mike is an excellent person to answer that. And just so everyone knows, there's 4 clone balls that made it into the top 8. One had Yoda, and then the 3 Anakins were all different. There was a Padme Pike combination. There was a Pike Arc combination, and then Mike's version was without the Pikes, Clone Commander, I believe.
No clone.
No
commander.
Clone Commander, but it had more full Arc squads.
Yes.
So what's your thoughts on which is better?
I'm not entirely sure. I think they're all better at certain things. I think if you're gonna go and kind of tech into the defensive stuff, Pikes are definitely where you want to be. If you want to be more offensive, I think you want the full arcs. Unfortunately, you can't really have both, just with the way the mercenary restrictions pan out. So
That NK, can you show me the history on the NK?
I don't know. I think I'm personally going to continue playing around with it and see where it ends up. And maybe I don't know. Kentucky Dan here may have inspired me to try Shadow Collective and put all the rest of my pikes together.
There
So
you go.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
So Ricardo, no good answer. They're both good. Probably more of your play style than one necessarily being much better than the other right now.
That's how. Yeah, I think that's an apt way to put it. I'm sure if we played 1,000 games with the 2 lists and compared them, we would have an answer. But I also think it's pretty heavily matchup dependent. The snipers are much better in red saves than the pikes, which there was a lot of this weekend.
Right.
I can still see that.
Steve makes a point too. Apparently, Anakin with Padme is the best because that's the one that's still in it.
That's one way to look at it for sure.
That's a logical argument
Yep.
for sure.
Here come those bikes.
Pulse, aim, shoot those vets.
Can pulse, aim, shoot. They have heavy, I would imagine.
Yeah, and they're gonna get a dodge token from Swift Protector too, probably.
Ooh, just one.
We'll get a dodge with protector.
So I just did some math. 1,000 games of Legion, assuming 2 hours and 45 minutes per game, is roughly 100 days of Legion straight. That's a lot of Legion
Without sleep.
without sleeping. Yeah.
After the attack?
I'm not sure what I'm up to at this point, but I feel like I might be able to give that a run for its money.
Okay. Yeah.
Like over the duration of my Legion career. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Is that way too many hours of Legion?
I don't think there's too many. I mean,
No, I don't think it's too many. Yeah. That's proof. Game's great.
actually, you got edged out in three games this weekend, Mike. Not to rub salt in the wound. So I think you need more hours of Legion.
I think I do too.
I always need more hours of Legion. I'm
But,
not a player that grasps lists quickly. That's what I've learned about myself. I need the repetition to really get it into my system.
Legion is definitely a game where like building habits is important.
Yeah.
Right. And I think a lot of times the habits can be different from list to list. Like a habit,
like cohering, like how you cohere. You never want to cohere forward. Well, sometimes
until you
do.
Yeah.
Until you need to take this weird standby or take the, But for a new player to tell a new player never cohere forward, that's probably a good idea.
It 100% is.
Yeah.
But I think I've probably cohered forward intentionally 4 or 5 times over the weekend.
Yeah.
And taking a standby. I did it against Josh.
You can't teach all those nuances and intricacies. Like, you have to learn them.
Yes.
You can't just be like, all right, blah, that's how Legion works. Go be good.
And those intricacies are often like they're so corner casey that you have to also be able to recognize the situation where it's applicable in the moment.
Yeah.
Like the day of, and that I think is
that's the repetition and the muscle memory.
100%.
So Swift Protector is doing good things here. So the vets got shot, even though it was just a single crit. He was still able to get a dodge that I'll have for later.
Yep.
And so another bike comes in and shoots the vets. He'll get another dodge. I'll have 2 dodges.
Yep.
And 2 dodges in heavy is pretty good mitigation against a bike shot.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of the last real Empire turn of shooting, based on where all of his guys are.
Even the bikes could double move shoot.
Yes, they're going to be shooting without aim tokens. But this is the turn you wanted to mitigate the damage. I think, for the most part.
No, I think Nick's expertly played his command card sequence because you have a lot of choices with the Rebelist. Even the last stand, you might have thought it was a little early, but he's just like, let me get this aim real quick and pick off this bike squad.
Get the value out of it.
Get the value.
Yep.
You can't always be stuck on, I got to get max value out of everything. Getting partial value out of something is sometimes just totally good enough.
For whatever it's worth.
Also, all of Cassian's cards are amazing.
Yes, they're all great.
Now, when you have K2 on 3 wounds and Cassian on 3 wounds, and then you last stand both of them, and you get six tokens each,
yeah,
it's kind of OP.
It is. It is very good. The amount of times that actually comes up is...
I've done it once, and the thing is I had so many it didn't even matter.
That's fair.
They didn't shoot me anyway.
Yep.
So you can't always go for maximum value. That can cost you.
You got to take some aims then,
Oh, yeah, I took a couple.
Okay.
2 aims, 4 dodges, no big deal.
Yeah, I'll do that. Right. I'll shoot those snipers.
You got it, man.
Okay.
Crits are good in the snipers.
4. Okay, it's a good thing.
4 crits. Ouch.
Yeah.
All right, got him.
They're dead.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
So that was the T21,
Yes.
apparently.
And then they
Critical
need
2.
another
That is the
suppression
weird
because
HRU unit.
Yep, doing that T21 stuff.
So
Getting those crits.
that looks.
I don't
like
think the
it's
rest of his stuff is too far back. I think the troopers,
the Empire stuff.
yeah. I think the troopers will be able to,
I don't think that HRU unit that just moved shot is going to be able to make.
We're just
a point
shorter
next
range
turn.
too.
even with the double move.
Long shot it.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
The troopers behind the container still have to go.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I
got
think
2
so.
aim
But there's
sword.
the troopers in front of
So
the
spend
containers.
1 down to
Yep.
1 aim. To
So, Richard, you could be right. And Josh may have all his eggs in the bike Vader basket.
I'm just going to whisper this because I don't want Nick to overhear. Is that Josh wins nearly all of his KP games by displacing with bikes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how he won against me on day 1.
But the problem is his bikes will have to go, and they'll be open to getting shot.
Yes.
Right, but then you have to choose, do I shoot or try to move on to the KP? And if I shoot, that just leaves room for the next bike to block.
Yes. I think he's got to kill that other bike unit.
One thing that might make it hard, and no guarantees, but he might have a hard time blocking it with 2 bike models.
I think that's also very possible. I'm not sure you're
And
actually going to be able to. So if they've called that obstacle terrain, I don't know.
I'm
I'm not actually sure because it's a pipe.
It
and
very
it's
easily
round.
could be scatter.
I think I think you only may be able to angle a bike on it as opposed to like land it on.
And if you
top.
angle it, Trooper should be able to sneak in on the other side.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if Ahsoka's guaranteed to go last, just because he has the activation advantage, very possible,
For sure.
she could move into a bike, slice and dice it, and then move on to the KP.
Yes.
So even if it's fully blocked, if she goes last, she's probably going to kill a bike model in one swing.
Yeah. Because he's almost certainly going to play. What is it?
Ahsoka's-
I am no Jedi or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that the name of that command card? I am no Jedi.
Well,
Yeah,
the
with
only
one pip.
reason I would push back, he very well may play that, but I would push back is if he plays something with less priority, he may get 2 activations at the end of the round.
Yes, that's very possible.
So that could factor in.
I just think.
What does he
may-
have, actually?
I think it's standing orders probably, or I'm.
I thought they both played standing one time.
Well, you can always play it again.
They did both play standing.
Well, no,
once.
absolutely. But what order does he have left besides Ahsoka's 1 pip?
A new beginning.
Yeah.
He hasn't played the Ahsoka 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I could see because, look, Vader's almost certainly going to play in black.
Also, the Ahsoka 3 gives him order control on the FD. The FD goes later, means it shoots a bike that moved on to the point.
That's possible.
Right now, when the models see over the cover there, you just tell me.
I just that the extra dice with Ahsoka
It's huge
is huge.
to guaranteeing a bike model dying.
Yep.
Yeah. Because with 6, she definitely could whiff.
Yeah.
But with,
Right, because it's not just for me.
what is it, 9 dice and dodge fixing,
It seems-
there's almost no shot.
Yeah.
That she'll miss.
I will,
So, yeah, implacable. Vader does get to go twice. The activations right now are 9 to 8. No, 9. Excuse me, they're 8 to 8 because the sniper squad went down.
So
Yeah, it's even. That's
this
big.
is.
What's happening?
I mean, I don't like this.
to pick up this.
So the bike being super aggressive to kill another sniper unit.
Well, what
Right,
this
no
means
aim,
is that
aim.
it's going to need to move at least once to be able to displace anything off this point next turn. Because it's going to have to do like a donut or something. Because it's
Right.
going to overshoot it right now,
Right.
which means it probably can't also shoot.
Sniper losing a miniature to a bike, but low
it
profile.
didn't die.
It didn't die.
Hey,
Yeah.
we might get to shoot.
That's the main
Yep.
thing.
Did you hear?
Now, Nick's back KP is that little tower.
And it's
Currently,
about-
his Mark II is touching.
yeah.
Now, he has to be careful because as the bikes move onto the pipe, that could be his target, is that Mark II.
Aim,
definitely
exhaust,
could.
shoot.
Okay, and then does anything here give me cover at all? You just tell me.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Does?
I can
Okay.
only see you from like this side.
Okay, fair enough.
Now the FD is getting back into it.
So 1 aim.
Uh-huh.
So the generator.
Looks
Not a lot.
For
One.
1 after cover.
after
For
heavy.
one.
Oh, 1? Okay, I couldn't
Yeah,
see that
just
one.
3.
Yeah, you're good. Just to be insulted.
And
Ooh,
block.
yeah,
Oh,
that's,
boo.
It's always worse when it's a B1 save, too.
Yep.
All right, drawing.
Check it out real fast.
4. Don't think I got anything.
The other thing I've noted is
So really, we're
the
in
bikes will
just
not have
stay
order
safe.
control,
No.
although he does have improvised on Vader.
Yep. Improvise goes a
I'm just
long way.
I'm just gonna go like so. Back to you. I'm pretty sure I passed already, didn't I?
Yes.
I feel like I did. Yeah. All right, and back to you while I cohese.
What do you have left? A bike?
I have a bike and a Vader left.
Okay. Go with these guys.
Okay.
See if I get a little luck. Mm-hmm. Nope, not one.
Okay.
So, I'm just thinking through some stuff here. Is there a situation where he Vader's mites his bikes on top of the KP? This
Oh my
turn?
gosh. You know he could do that.
But they're going to have to move off
It's probably a
Sure.
to
mistake.
come back on.
Sure, but if they're sitting there,
We're going to shoot the bike.
I don't know.
This
I don't know that it
I'm-
matters that much,
and
right?
then
It might
probably
not.
just your
I'm
native
just-
cover is my guess.
I'm trying to come up with unique and crazy situations.
He also, well, the way
Pretty nice.
the way
So,
Hicks came forward with some of his
light
troopers,
total,
he actually could
down
burst
to-
in,
so 3.
touch the objective, and he has someone in range 1
That's, yeah.
to Vader's might.
Yeah.
Okay,
Got it.
Got it.
Oh, the bike died.
Okay, so that's another unit of bikes.
Although Josh has to be super careful because
All right,
if Vader
and
goes
then,
on in the middle, a melee scrum will stop bikes from
They
displacing
can't get there
anyone.
in one.
We can
Yes.
get there.
They can get there in one.
Probably can get there. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
they can
wanted
get there
to
in one.
evaluate game
That's
state.
what I,
Yep.
yeah, I just checked it, but yeah.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so they're confirming that the vets can make.
So he's put the
Nick's
vet where
back
they can go back or forward,
Correct.
which is always a good play.
Yes. Because I'm sure
Alright, so we're gonna
in Josh's
compulse.
mind, he's thinking he might be able
man.
to kind of do an end around.
We're probably going to try to polish off that.
I think it really may come down to what order he draws the tokens out of his bags.
Yeah.
If he gets unlucky
I'm
and
sure you
draws
got
bike,
range
bike,
on him,
bike,
don't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's
so
Nick's favor.
Well, he's only got 2
Not-
bikes left.
Really.
Oh, he lost another bike model?
He just
He
did.
did, yeah.
Oh, just now. Okay. So if he gets unlucky and draws bike,
Pulse.
and they go really early, I think
And then I'm gonna
there's a
shoot,
high probability Nick wins the game.
Yes.
If he draws the bikes at the very end, now shenanigans can happen.
Shenanigans will be a
Vet or sniper? You got it.
I'm going to go get another update over here.
Okay, thank you.
Whatever that's worth. Yeah, I'm going to go after the sniper.
You got it, man.
You got heavy cover.
There's a crit.
Nice shot.
Got a crit in there. Or, yeah, because
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah, so you got the crit. Yep. Okay.
Down it goes.
Got another one.
So that does that bring Nick down to 7?
I think that brings Nick down to 7, yeah.
Not great.
All I have left is Vader.
Yeah. I've got an MK in here.
Okay.
Not close enough, I don't think, to shoot
Well,
the
I got
pivot
a
shoot.
pivot,
I think he might have.
but
it.
we've got a shot on that.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks like
do
you
you?
do.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't,
Okay.
camera may be
4
betraying me.
black, critical 2.
There's at least one.
So looks like 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Or on this guy. Actually, would he pick up heavy from the edge of your silhouette? Would he
I
pick
think
up?
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Still
kind of big.
Takes 1.
Nice. Remember it?
And that was this.
Yeah. Yeah. The red basements.
All right.
I'm not. I just have Ahsoka.
I got Vader.
Yep.
So you're good. I don't know whose suppression that is. Oh, that's theirs. Yep.
All right, we're coming down to it. The
Great
Ahsoka
body
versus
block.
Vader.
Nice job.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. He blocked himself.
Climb.
Vader climbs.
So he's not going to be in range to Vader's might anything.
Any enemy
Just
unit.
move
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Over to you. Reflexes.
Declines to Vader's might. So
Yeah.
So I would think that you like Vader's might like an HRU forward here,
Yeah, why
Here we
not?
go.
right? Just so that they can. Oops.
So they can score.
We'll jump to
Yeah.
about here
Uh-huh.
with 1,
Yep.
and then we'll jump. Well, we'll put her down here first.
Uh-huh.
I think it's
Get
really
her onto
easy
the point.
to forget the friendly
we'll put her
effect
there.
of Vader's might.
Sure. Alrighty. Okay, no axe lost this activation, and we're heading in around 6.
It was a sad round for me.
Yeah, that one.
How many acts do you have?
I have. I'm at 8 because I didn't lose anything this turn.
You didn't lose anything this turn? Okay.
Yeah, not this turn because you knocked down the one
I
bike.
thought I got a bike.
You got a bike.
Only 2 bikes left, right? So you should
Yeah,
be.
actually,
you should be at 7,
you
right?
did. You did get
Yeah,
a
my
bike.
bad.
Thank you.
All
That's why. That's why I say. That's why I always say it out loud.
No, you're
to
cool, man.
Idiot-proof it. Yeah, you got another bike.
Oh. Excuse me.
So
Right when you are,
update
buddy.
Okay.
is now a good time. Okay, update on Kentucky Dan. The the Black Suns we know died earlier. There's a Pike squad that's down to 2 models and another Pike squad that lost 1 model. So he's lost 5 Pikes total.
Okay.
Anakin is now within range 1 of some Pikes in the middle. He's dove in behind some line of sight. I think he took 1 shot. I don't know what happened with it. Echo died to Bosks lying in wait, I believe. And so, I mean, it's a game. But the Pikes are probably up 4-2.
Okay.
And the clones are going to try to win on turn 6.
That makes sense. It looks like we are seeing new beginning here, as you pointed out earlier.
We'll order this vet.
And I think
Okay.
maybe
Give them a dodge.
the kind of important thing about
Oh,
this
wait, wrong
is,
one. My
does
bad.
Ahsoka gain Inspire 2
Okay.
on this card?
She does.
She does.
That's
Yeah.
actually big.
That could be huge.
Because now the vets can shoot and move.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll draw. Improvise.
He's looking for a bike, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep, finds the bike.
So he's trying to go with the bikes early.
I don't know why you'd want to go to the bike first.
I think.
Oh,
I think
he's
his
gonna
plan is
touch
at
the back
point. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, because you.
Is that like, I want to say desperation, but is this plan C at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. 100%.
He's like, maybe my best chance is to do this now?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think so.
Because I think he knows he's done this enough, just like you had mentioned. Was it you, David, or Nick, or Mike? But this is how he wins key positions. He knows how to do this.
Yeah.
So he probably realizes bike moving on the center might not work this time.
Yep. Yeah. Notably, he can't displace the Mark II.
I mean, if he was able to kill the blaster and touch the point, that's a massive play.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's going vets instead.
He's shooting the vets because the vets can move back.
Yep.
So moving, shooting.
And a suppression on the vets means they can't double move to get back. Because I think that vet squad is 2 moves away from getting back.
That's actually a good question. So one of them is in the arc. Judge?
Bob had to leave, so...
Okay. So,
You know what? Now that I look
so
at it again.
because one's got heavy cover here, which is in the arc, but the rest would be in the open. So how would that work there? What basically?
Cross that. That was my question.
From my angle. Okay.
I don't know if we have lasers.
I have one in my bag. I can get it out if you need it.
Yeah. Whatever you say is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
We're good on time, right?
Yeah, we're totally
Okay. All right.
It's in my bag, but my bag I think is over there. So
we judge it all from no laser, I think it's
Clipping? The argument would be from my silhouette, it's definitely clipping. I'm wondering about does the 3... Yeah, and then I'm also wondering, like, these 3...
you still get to shoot them.
These 2...
Even though only one's
you
on.
just tell me. If it's... Yeah, you tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bike being covered over, I don't think...
Oh, right.
The bike is sitting
right.
up.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I think it's open. Yeah, I think it's
So
open.
because of that, it's open.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right.
You got it, man. Yeah, I forgot that the silhouette doesn't go to
No
the
worries, man.
That was the
wondering too.
question.
I wanted to know also. So just in the open on the...
I'll get that card out of there.
That was
Oh, no, it got out.
Not a great shot.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Gets one.
There's one.
Yep. And then we're going to get... I'm going to come over to you to make sure I get this precise.
So our head judge had to head out, so I had to judge that, but it just barely clipped the terrain there. But the bikes hover, the bike silhouette doesn't touch the ground because of their speeders. So because they hover, it was clipping by such a low margin that I felt it was open.
Yep. I think that you were probably right there for sure, given the angle.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, look at that. Our guns are...
I mean, it clipped it by maybe an 1/8 of an inch, 16th of an inch. It was very close. All right, so that not a great roll there?
No, it was. I mean, a good. He only lost 1 trooper on the rebel side of things.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Now, the way those bikes are in the Mark II might want to scoot around to make room for vets to come in if needed.
Covering to get your...
Recovering to get the generator
your
back.
ding-dong back. Yeah.
Getting the ding dong back.
Oh, yikes.
Oh no!
Yikes.
I think it blanked pretty heavily.
Is he shooting? I guess it doesn't matter, but was he shooting the far bikes or the near bikes?
No, the near
The near
bikes.
bikes.
Yeah.
I almost would have tried to shoot the far bikes and just concede that I'm going to have to run a trooper back.
I'm going to go with these guys. 3 on anything I'm likely to kill this turn.
That is correct, Seth. There's an exception for pivots. Although it is a move, it does not stop.
So
It doesn't affect cumbersome. No, I think pivot is a move. It counts as a. It's classified as a move action.
No, a pivot is a type of move, yeah.
But there's a special exception where it doesn't. Cumbersome isn't affected by it.
I'm going to move there, which is going to give me range 4.
All right, so he's laying into these vets.
Yeah.
They're going to need to compel, so I'll go pick up another. Oh, I rallied him first, actually.
You got him, man.
Should have rallied him first.
Yeah.
Should have
Now-
rallied him first.
The important thing about those bikes,
No, I need
the
to
bike
do that
placement,
anyway,
is you remember they measured that unit in the middle could move back to the back point or forward to the middle point.
Move, shoot.
With the bikes in the way now, it can't do that. It would have to
Correct.
double move.
Yes.
There.
So in that regard, I would understand trying to remove one of those models to make space.
One.
I do think that he could displace off that back point, though, as well, in theory.
Well, luckily, the Mark II can't be displaced.
Correct, but if he moves the vets to touch.
I don't know that the bikes in the middle could get back to behind that point to display it. That'd be a long move.
If they triple moved?
Even with the triple, it would be close, I think. They may be able to, but it's no guarantees in my mind.
Let's just take a listen to the players for just a
take
second
one.
here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
This is
Nicholas,
tense game.
you could be right getting to the
Give
semantics
it a
of that.
draw.
I'm not going to argue with you on that.
That's
Just
also
you very well could be right. So
I would listen to Seth. He kind of is the rules person, one of the rules people on the forum.
Don't think we want to tempt fate here with anything silly. And we'll just come over here. And take a standby.
You got him, man.
So there's Seth. It's instead of another
you.
type of move. So it's a move. Okay, cool. Who took a standby here?
I don't.
One of the core units behind the
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they took a standby.
I assume it's not an HRU, otherwise it would have shot.
Yeah, I think that's the exhausted medic.
So it looks like on Josh's
I
side,
think a
it's
big thing
only
is
the
you gotta
bike
go
and
with
Vader
them
that can
to see
affect
if
the
they
middle
can
still.
Score. That's going to be a huge.
Ahsoka has Inspire 2 this round.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice clutch.
Trickery going on here.
Because I need some things to go my way here.
Yeah.
We'll go with
Inspire
Cassian,
2.
I think.
Okay.
He's going to move in here,
Yep. And shoot
generate a
them.
name with tactical, and he's going to shoot the bikes.
Yep. They'll have
Light.
heavy from the area.
Heavy down a light, you got it, man.
Yep.
It's fine.
So is Josh looking for both bikes to touch the back point?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
She doesn't have sharpshooter marksman, so
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
spend both my aims to make
crit
the
him.
crits.
I don't think it's guaranteed he gets back there, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so it takes 3.
Okay, so bike model down,
So
which
that'll
doesn't.
eliminate that model and pass the wound on.
Oh, and it won't. So that bike is in.
And improv is down.
Yeah,
so
improv is down, so there's no.
Okay.
Wow.
And Vader still has burst. He never used
Vader
it.
has burst and implacable.
All right, I'm going to go with them. They're going to rally.
I don't think so.
So potentially 2 force pushes.
Nice. Okay.
I think as long as Ahsoka goes last, though, like Vader doesn't get the immobilized
they have a
token
dodge?
until the end of the turn.
They have a dodge from.
Yes. So I think as long as Ahsoka goes last, the middle point's safe.
Yeah.
I agree, and he can guarantee to go last.
Yeah, I think so.
Ricardo, check out. There you go. There's the event. Thank you, David, for linking it. I was going to say you can just search up the Nova Open on Game Up link and find it pretty easily.
I guess what he could be doing here is he could be looking at a triple burst of speed move, force push something off the back point,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's savage.
and then
Well-
it's 1-to-1 and
And then kill points.
That could be a big play.
And then it goes to
Now, that could be
breakers.
stopped by Nick if he sees it
If
due to a standby or a move into Vader or something weird like that.
correct.
He can try to prevent it.
He'd have to engage Vader after the first Vader activation
So I'm going
to prevent that from happening.
They have
You know, it would be a clutch play for the Mark II, I think, is what if he moved right on the back side and took a standby? If the bike comes on the right side, you use the standby to block its path. If it comes around the left side, you stand by that way and block its path, preventing the bike from touching.
I dig that.
That could be something that's possible. It's getting a little cute, but I mean that could be effective.
Yep.
That
I think
veteran
he's-
unit taking 2 damage, not dying.
Yep. Anything that stays alive is big. I think he's more so looking to kill that bike, but
What do you have left to go?
I have a bike.
Snow and Vader, right?
Yeah, a bike, a snow invader. Yeah, a bike. Well, something else. There's a core.
There's one snow went already, right? Because they moved standby. The HRUs moved back. Is it possible you just do one?
I think so, man.
Yeah.
If anything, it's been to my detriment because I've wanted this.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
'Cause,
So currently there's a snow.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a
I
bike
think I like didn't flip
unactivated.
something. Yeah, and it's to my detriment because I wanted this.
Okay, I'm going with
So
Ahsoka.
in my stack left, I have a core and
I don't like this.
Going with Ahsoka here.
I don't like this at all.
Inspire 2. She's gonna pop burst of speed.
a. Yep.
he's going with Ahsoka?
Yeah, to inspire.
Okay.
Well, that actually comes at the end of her activation. We're gonna land basically right here where that window is.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Charge.
gonna kill the bike.
Yep, charge the bikes.
If he ties up Vader in melee, is that worth denying the movement from Vader? Maybe.
No, because he'll just FP.
Well, he'll.
Well, he's going to force push.
But you take
Vader.
away a
He
force
get-
push
he
that
gets-
would be used on a key
But Vader
position.
gets
You
2
do.
force pushes because of implacable.
Pierce 2, right?
3, Pierce 2.
Okay, so you got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bike's just dead to Ahsoka.
Force push Vader.
Back and then jump back onto the point. Maybe.
No, and then I think, and then you engage Vader probably.
Probably.
You could just, if you, I'd have to just straight back as
You
far
want,
away as
you
possible.
want him here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess you could just go back to the
That
point.
that might take him out of a triple speed 3 force push of the back point.
That's fair.
And he can force push off Cassian and Ahsoka, but he has 2 more units that can, or a 3rd unit that can sit on the mid.
But he definitely can slice and dice multiple unit. Like
He could kill
kill a unit.
the vets,
and
force
then
push the other 2.
Then
So the
kill
snow-
another unit.
That snow needs to
unit.
come kill this veteran captain, I think.
Yeah. I think activating Ahsoka right there might have
I think,
lost the game.
Yeah, potentially put him in put him in a position where Vader can win it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you save it for the end, I don't think that's is easily the case.
I agree.
Is that one move?
That's one move. Yeah, I got another.
So he's going to have to come off the back point to make the shot, which you can do.
Right, because he has the medic squad back there.
So, hold on. Judge. I just want to.
Sure, yeah, of course. Yeah, let's
Because
get
you're
it.
not quite at the vet here.
Yeah,
That's
and
why.
let's use yours. Because, yeah. Let's use your range marker.
Okay.
It's getting tense, David.
Yeah, it is.
So that's
This
the
is
first. Yeah,
this is
so-
these are critical calls.
Yeah.
It's for all the marbles now.
All right, and I want to get as close as possible there.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that's as close as I'm getting.
Sure looks pretty close.
It looks really close to me.
I'm pretty sure it's short. But that's why you're here.
Okay, is it short? Okay, yeah, I got you.
No shot.
So that's it.
No shot.
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I want to make sure I didn't even go with him anyway, so that's totally fine. Okay.
Yep. will go with this guy.
So it comes up about an eighth of an inch short.
So the veteran moves back to the rear KP.
That's correct.
Through, yes.
Yes, you can totally move through repulsors.
So the Inspire was key right there. Get to guarantee that.
But he's only got. He's got 4.
Yeah, no shot there.
The middle point.
So judging the range there, Vader's probably.
I think
Vader might not be able to get to the Mark II or the Vet
Cassian is gone.
he can't. I don't think
with a triple, even with the triple move.
I think he's
in my bag. It's
got to
K2 and the vet.
contest the middle point at this point, and he's got to move. I think he's got to kill something and force push it this activation, and then force push.
The Vets with the suppression haven't activated, correct? Okay.
And I think K2 hasn't activated either. So to me,
Where's
I think
K2 at?
K2 is
K2's right underneath
right
it's
next
right
to the
underneath
vets.
the point right there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the Vets are right behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
I think it's an open question. I actually don't think he can make Cassian here, because I think he needs to be able to one-shot something, and I think the only thing in melee range is Ahsoka.
All right. So here's the play. I think is you force push. You get Vader on the opposite side of the pipe, right above K2.
Yep.
You force push Ahsoka and Cassian to the left or the right, not touching objective. Push. You push K2 into you, try to kill him.
Ahsoka out of the way.
Because now the Vets, if they don't get 2 actions, I don't think they can make it to that pipe if you're body blocking it.
Ahsoka.
Maybe. I don't know if you followed me on that, but
I
if
did.
you
I
can
would-
body block the Vets, they'd have to roll off the suppression to score. Potentially, if you do it that way. Vader would get slowed down to go over the pipe.
Yeah.
So
he knows he needs to kill Cassian here.
Yeah, and he's
gonna
not.
be
I don't think
short.
he's going to make base
gonna-
contact.
What does she have?
2 dodges.
2 dodges?
Yeah, and he's checking how many dodges Ahsoka has because he knows he needs to one-shot a unit right now.
yeah, so
In order to take the point, he needs to one-shot a unit.
Yeah, he
can
has to-
tie
I don't
has to
think he
do it.
necessarily has to attack twice to win the game. I don't think he necessarily has to.
If he wants to win it on victory points, he does.
Yeah. To win on VP, he needs to kill 2 units.
Okay, yeah, true. Okay, because it's
yeah.
not just about tying the middle. Tying the middle is not going to be good enough.
It's unclear, I
Yeah.
think, at this juncture, because we don't know what he's going to have killed.
To kill Ahsoka would be very unlikely.
Nice move.
He would need to pass 6 crits through to kill Ahsoka right now, and so I it's possible he can tie the middle point and win on victory on kill points. He's killed what, 2 snipers and an FD right now, 2 bikes and
FD. We can do some quick math that'll at least be approximate.
So relentlessing at Ahsoka here.
that's
That is very weak. 4 dodge 1.
So down to 3.
Yep.
Blocks 2, takes 1.
Okay.
oh yeah
Yeah, so she is not going to die, I don't think.
yeah.
So he's killed 1 strike team or 2 strike teams.
Let's kill 2.
So that's 96 points plus an FD is 72.
Did we say any of this was
I'm actually
No.
166.
yeah.
And he's lost 2 bikes, 140.
Yeah, I think he's probably up on kill points. No, he's lost 3 bikes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he
3
lost 3
bikes,
bikes,
two,
yeah.
210.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's almost certainly going to lose something else, though, I think.
If Vader kills something else, I think Josh might be up on kill points.
Yeah. But I guess Cassian... Did Cassian already go this turn? He did.
Yes,
right?
he did.
Yeah. Ahsoka has not, though, so maybe...
It's unfortunate he couldn't get to the other side of the pipe and base with Cassian, because I think that would have been his best chance to affect the center enough.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Josh. It depends on who you're rooting for.
Does Ahsoka have burst, and has she spent it?
She just spit burst,
She did, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Right,
looking
she
at-
already went this turn. Yeah.
so she's already went anyway.
So he's force pushing Ahsoka.
And I don't know how far away those vets are, but I think that's almost a full move to get
I would
there.
have force pushed the veteran. I don't know.
Reflex is a dodge for it.
Just in my gut, I feel like force pushing the veteran was correct there.
That's
Because that guarantees, I guess both ways it guarantees no one's on the point. Rally, not enough. Not enough to clear their suppression, so they're just going to have to move on to the point, I think.
So 4 minutes left in the game round. Then you get the 15-minute buffer to finish.
This game will be over before then.
That'll be over. Kentucky, Dan's game just went into turn 6, so they should be able to finish it out as well.
All right.
Josh is just searching. His brain is,
I think he's got it.
yeah, with Vader.
Yeah. Assuming that he refreshed force push. And didn't.
Well,
Yeah, you heard.
no,
me.
he automatically refreshes force reflexes every time.
Oh, my God.
He said
I
it.
called this at the beginning of the thing.
I thought the same thing. That's why.
No. I don't think he reflexed anyway.
If he didn't announce it, no. I don't think reflexes is down.
Oh, you're making my head hurt.
I'm just saying.
Technically, he said he uses reflex every time. He didn't say he refreshes it every time.
And I think.
But you know, one kind of go hand in hand, I guess.
Here's Vader's second activation.
If he rolls 3 blanks here, he
Two surges to work with.
loses.
I didn't notice if I had any surges.
The vets have dodges or no?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't spend any. Yeah. I need 3 paint, so yeah.
Pierce.
Yeah.
All the veterans are dead.
It's unfortunate he drew the vets there, right? Because if he would have drawn K2 first, he would have had a lot harder time of killing K2.
Panic attack there for
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
So he's just got a force push Cassian here.
Okay, so K2 and Vader are going to tie center.
Right.
So it's
and
going
then
to come down to
then
kill
he's gonna-
points?
Yeah, and he's.
I
killed
think
way
it's going to
more.
go to kill points, yeah.
He's killed way more.
I think going with Ahsoka was the mistake.
I agree. Because as long as you can bump Vader off the point,
And you'll come in
It
and
does.
score.
Yeah.
yeah.
So what I'm gonna do.
Do those bikes have any wounds? Does K2 have a chance of killing the
If
bikes?
you can't kill something.
See if he gets range 2 off a move here. Try to put K2's gun
Did the
into
Mark
something.
II go?
The thing is, he's got to base the point.
Wait, did the Mark II go?
Yeah, it went.
Oh, it went. I was going to say, with the Mark II combined with K2 might be able to kill the bikes.
I'm not sure the Mark II has gone.
No, the Mark II's got a face down next to it.
That's the core unit that went back there, right?
Oh, really?
I think so.
Hold it over the swarm.
Oh, there's
maybe.
2 tokens there, so I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. It looks like it
I
went.
think I can get. What about over here? Where's the close? Like
With
from
it
here?
being difficult
Yeah.
too, I think that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I can actually get to them.
What a finish.
Get to that side.
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
Yeah.
No way. All right. So I might be able to get the snows.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put the
Yeah. That's
a little more reasonable? Yeah. I have to shoot something.
yeah, you're good.
I think I had it.
I think so too. It's okay. Yeah, I'm cool
All
with
right. Blow the incognito.
that. Heavy cover.
Yeah, like if this was Ahsoka right now,
Yeah.
he just force pushes Vader off and he wins
Yep,
the game.
he wins the game.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not gonna do it. Nope.
Okay, so 15 minutes to finish the round.
One crit.
Okay, well, I'm not
add up
sure.
here and see
Are you
what-
sure? Yeah, let's add it up
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick thinking he's lost, but they're going to add up the kill points now.
He definitely is lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good game though, for sure. I definitely think you hold Ahsoka right there.
Yeah.
You need something else to kill that bike, right?
Yep. And having the force push last, if you can, is
That's
usually
power
critical.
force push, right?
Yeah.
Someone knows already.
So did we do the math?
They're doing the math right now.
I mean, I did head math. I'm like pretty confident.
yeah, I don't want
but
to. I don't want to say
I'm not-
anything
yeah.
because I don't want to influence the opinion.
We can do the math on this end, but 3 bikes and that's it. That's 210.
Yeah.
Probably not enough.
And with the vet squad down, he lost an FD,
FD both strikes.
both strikes.
Yeah.
So that's already 166. And the vet's going to be another 74. He's going to lose by like 25 points.
Yeah, it's going to be a very close loss on kill points, I think, for our Rebel player, Nick Bodnar. Josh Grimmer.
Yeah, how many points are bikes?
I can't get any internet.
They're 70.
Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, you got it then.
Are you sure? Okay, so 70 times 3? No. So you got
21, you
got
killed
210.
242.
That's not by much.
Yeah, 32-point victory for Blizzard Force.
Yep.
Well played.
Commander Vader Blizzard in the finals of Nova Open.
A little worried there.
2 rolls there.
Yeah.
It's like
Ahsoka going too early.
Yep.
If we do any damage to these bikes here,
100%.
like, you know,
Like in that vet squad that needed to move back definitely should have.
Closer than I wanted to.
Like,
he might,
I don't know.
Played the heck out of it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played the heck out of it.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
good game, man.
well played. Well deserved.
Can you hand me my ruler?
Because the thing about it is that he actually didn't have to commit any of his units to the middle, other than
Because Vader,
Ahsoka.
yeah, just Ahsoka.
Everybody else could have went backwards, right?
All right, we're going to go ahead and turn off the players just for a bit. Guys, that was quite a finish. Again, Blizzard Force winning by 32 kill points.
What about a camera on Kentucky Dan? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we can
That'd
try
be
to get
worth
it. Maybe we can try to get a camera on the Kentucky Dan game
Maybe we
here.
can see Anakin finish something off over here.
Yeah, so there's.
I don't have an update on their game state.
There
but
is a crowd gathered around
they
the
are
table right now.
They are in turn 6.
Yeah, so this is Kentucky Dan versus Sam McHenry. There was a lot of bodies blocking the way, but I'll put the camera on it. There's their game. Top 4 still going on. Not Dan McHenry, Kentucky Dan running his Pike gun line versus Sam McHenry's Anakin clone ball with Pikes and Padme. So as far as we know, Kentucky Dan has been leading the game for the majority of it, but it's been a pretty slow burn there. The Pikes not taking much damage at all.
If he hits that vet with another suppression, if he hits that vet with a
And guys, we're going to take a short break here. If you've been enjoying this content, visit patreon.com/YavinBase. Mike, are you going to stick around for the next one?
Yeah, I can stick around for the next one. Absolutely. That would
Please
be a ton
do.
of
That
fun.
would be really awesome if you would. Guys, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you visit patreon.com/YavinBase. Consider becoming a patron of the stream. It helps with everything from gear to travel to accommodation for getting all this rig and set up into the conventions. So thanks for your consideration there. And we'll see you all in a few minutes, probably 15 to 20, with the finals of the Nova Open 2023. We'll see you in just a bit. Stay tuned.